Hey Jack, what's happening?
I don't know.
Well, rumor around town says you might be thinking about going down to the shore.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go down to the shore.
What are you gonna do down there?
I don't know. Play some video games, buy some Def Leppard t-shirts.
Don't forget your Motley Crue t-shirt. You know, all proceeds go to get their lead singer out of jail.
Uh-huh.
Can't wait to go down. Hey, we gonna check out the sandbar while you're down there?
What's the sandbar?
That's a place that lets 16-year-old kids drink.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, hey, guess who's gonna be there?
Who?
My favorite cover band, Crystal Shit.
Wow.
Yeah, they do a tour show. You'd be really impressed. In fact, it goes a little like this. Love me 2 times, baby. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, girl. 'Cause I got AIDS. Love me 2 times, baby. Once for tomorrow. Once 'cause I got AIDS. Pretty good Jim Morrison impression there. I hope those guys have a good sense of humor and don't take us into court.
What's the court?
Never mind that. The important thing
You mean
here,
the people's court?
No, that's another story. The important thing here is that we get to the part where you ask me how I'm going to get down to the shore.
Oh, how you getting down to the shore?
Funny you should ask. I've got a car now.
Oh, wow, how'd you get a car?
Oh, my folks drove it up here from the Bahamas.
You're kidding.
It must be the Bahamas or islands. Okay, the important thing here is that you asked me what kind of car it is.
What kind of car do you got?
I've got a bitchin' Camaro.
Bitchin' Camaro, bitchin' Camaro. I ran over my neighbor. Bitchin' Camaro. Now I'm in all the papers. My folks bought me a bitchin' Camaro with no insurance to match. So if I happen to run you down, please don't leave a scratch. I ran over some old lady one night at the county fair, and I didn't get arrested because my dad's a mayor. Bitchin' Camaro, donuts on your lawn. Bitchin' Camaro, Tony, Orlando, and Dawn. When I drive past the kids, they all spit and cuss. 'Cause I've got a bitchin' Camaro and they have to ride the bus. So you better get out of my way when I come through your yard. 'Cause I've got a bitchin' Camaro and an Exxon credit card. Bitchin' Camaro, hey man, where you headed? Bitchin' Camaro, I'm drunk on unleaded.
Last night I had a run-in with an old friend of mine. Everything was cool, everyone was feeling fine, yeah! Then he up and hit me with the old dance floor. Lawsuit pending, won't be the same no more, no! I'm gonna sue Jack Daniels for hitting me with the trunk of a big old live oak tree. He heard me this morning with the bright sunlight. I'm gonna sue Jack Daniels for what he did to my face last night. Yeah. He pushed me into a thorny old bush, pulled about 100 needles out of my tush. Yeah. Having so much fun with my buddies at the bar, but it wasn't very funny when he made me wreck my car. No. I'm gonna sue Jack Daniels for hitting me with the trunk of a big old live oak tree. He heard me this morning with the bright sunlight. I'm gonna sue Jack Daniels for what he did to my Here I Go. bright sunlight. I'm gonna sue Jack Daniels for what he did to my face last night. I'm gonna sue Jack Daniels, just me and you. We're gonna have a duel. High noon.
And those are certainly two artists that you wouldn't expect to hear together. First off, we had the Dead Milkmen doing Bitchin' Camaro up there. First album, Big Lizard in My Backyard. And I can tell you when that was. I actually went and saw... let me introduce the flip side. That was the follow-up was Reverend Horton Heat doing Sue Jack Daniels. Now I saw the Dead Milkmen. God, what was it? 85. About the time I was going to college, and they performed down in the university that I went to, the college that I went to. Had a bar, and they booked them in. So back then they were pretty small, but they almost legitimately played the whole album. They had time, and I mean seriously, it was their first album, so they legit were played it. I wouldn't say first to last, but they played pretty much everything. They had a decent audience. You can only fit I think it was 75 people there in this little itty bitty bar, because legitimately it was a bar that was right below one of the halls. So yeah, basically it was like a glorified storage room. They even had the audacity to call it the Rathskeller. Not like the Beatles would have ever shown up and played there. But it was a very it was a good concert. It was a good concert. And it was so funny because, at this point I had been to mosh pits. But, now I'm with a whole bunch of college students which probably have never been anywhere near a mosh pit. They might have seen one on MTV in one of the videos, because you gotta keep in mind this was the mid 80s, so there were no internets, and it was so funny. Like people would jump up on the little stage that was, I don't know, maybe about a foot high, and then they dive off and people try to catch them and stuff. Well, this one real big girl, probably close to about 280, gets up on the stage and just jumps, and like she was fucking Moses. The whole crowd parted, and she just splat, hit the ground. And this was a basement, so she splatted on concrete and got a bloody nose out of it. I'm pretty sure she didn't earn a pedigree by that. A lot of people laughed. A lot of people were uncomfortable. A lot of people moved away. As a matter of fact, when we went and saw him, it was I brought the album Big Lizard in My Backyard, and I had all four of the band members sign it. So I guess that's a thing, because I think two of the band members are dead now. One killed himself, and I think one OD'd. Not completely sure on that, but then again, I started a half hour late. It's 2:30 in the AM on the EST. So, yeah. It's gonna be a little bumpy. The ride's gonna be a little bumpy. So yeah, I know Cadence out running around. I wish I could send you the video, or I wish I could no context tweet the video that she sent me, but I don't think there's any way you can actually do that because it's funny and it made me laugh. Sorry guys, I'm kicking the link over to the super secret DM group in case anybody's interested. There we go. Well, nothing else. This probably will run short, and the championship reign is predicated by the shows, not necessarily how long they go, nor it's just basically when the show runs, and that counts as a title reign day. So let's go ahead and do some good mornings, because there are actually still people up. Good morning, Sparky. Good morning, Zal. Good morning, Bearman Prophecy. Good morning, Trippy. Good morning, Jeremy06. And of course, I don't think I'll see the Cadent tonight. More than likely not. But yeah, let me do the deal here. The current Intergender Champion of the World is Golf City Outlaw. This is day 5. Now, Golf City Outlaw is already part of the Hall of the Immortals because he went 9 days. Just like Ghost Dog 999 and just like Turish. I don't know. Is he going to go for the elusive goat spot? Yeah, he might be able to make it 10 days. You never really know, do ya? I figure, fuck it. We'll see what happens. Might need to roll one of these up. Yeah, I haven't. I don't know if there's anything going on the interwebs. I kind of dropped in on a couple of shows. Well, I ninja'd in, threw my like out there, and then crept back into the shadows. But yeah, no real interactivity with anything. Just didn't feel the want. Just didn't feel the need. I binge watched a shitload of. Well, I was catching up. There's a couple that I wanted to catch up with and see how they were. And what are you cats doing? Yeah, go chase the June bug. Yeah. Wow, you are such predators. By the way, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Sparky.
Morning, Doc. Super secret link received.
Hey, there, you weren't on the list though when Tyro was doing the potential suspects for the super secret DM link.
It's because there's a little switching bait right there on my part.
Nah.
He asked, and I said no. I don't know if no list.
Well, it's super secret. I mean, it's not like Skull and Crossbones. You don't have to masturbate in a coffin around your buddies. But yeah, I even sent him out a great clue, but I don't know if that's just not his OCD. If he's a clue solver.
He is. It just depends how to piece together, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know if I could find it again. Well, I thought I did a decent job for the first clue.
Now, what was the clue?
I will try and pull it up here real quick. Good God. I know contexted a lot of pictures for that comic book thing. Fuck. Okay, let's see here. And there's Guy on Fire. There's Al Roker. There's Princess. There's Cadet Star Wars bra.
Ooh, Star Wars bra.
Yeah, it basically just has the Death Star designs on them.
Yeah, I know. I think I gave her the money to buy that.
Oh no, I haven't seen her in it. I just put it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, shit sandwich. You know what? It might not physically appear on mine. Do I have to go to Tyro's? Because I know I just responded to Tyro. Goddamn internets. Let's see if he's oh yeah, he posts a shit ton.
I've been busy today. I finally got and eat my trailer and got holes poked in the tarp for the insulation. It's slowly draining out.
You're just gonna have to tear the whole bottom out, though, right?
I'm going to as soon as it drains out. Oh God, wet fucking fiberglass insulation is the worst. This shit's nasty.
Oh yeah, I've had to do a couple of tear ups. That stuff is not good. Okay, here we go. My clue was, in the absence of color, let this clue establish the tone. Membership is important as there is strength in numbers. Then I put 11, 22, 68, 4, 5, 8, and 15. And then conduct yourself appropriately and alarm will sound for the next clue. So there are many pieces there.
Yeah, you got me lost.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not trying to figure out something either, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that this is actually, I mean, the first step in figuring out the people in the super secret group is actually figuring out how many there are. So that clue gives
many. There's a legion of people.
That gives the actual number. If you can figure out what the clues mean, it gives you the number of how many people are in the super secret.
Yeah. Here's a hint, you just times everything. And then you divide it by 0.
Oh no, it's not real math. There's no actual math to it.
I know.
Because I hate the math. Oh, by the way, Kadant did post in the super secret DM the video that she sent me.
Doc, I'm afraid that you suffer from the same thing Kadant suffers from.
Oh, okay.
And that is, you don't look at hangout. Morning, Kadant.
Oh, no, because I was sitting here trying to take off. I will retweet that. There you go. I will say a very good morning to you, Kadant. You are in the shadows. So I didn't actually see you pop up. By the way, the last thing that I was binge watching is a show on FX called What We Do in the Shadows. I don't know if you guys have... well, there's a movie, and it was co-written by one of the guys who was one of the Flight of the Conchords.
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically like a there's a documentary crew that comes in to talk to four vampires who live together. It's it is a black comedy, and it's also directed by what's his name?
Taika Waititi.
There you go. Thank you.
She speaks.
Yeah.
So have you watched the movie, Kadan?
Yeah.
Okay, because FX just put a series out, and it's Jermaine. What's his name? I don't remember his actual real name, but
What's the damn Germans have to do with any of this?
no, everything is germane to the topic. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. But it's really dry. I mean, it's basically a New Zealand-made film, and they brought it over to the U.S. to basically just fill up space on FX. Of course, I did watch the first episode of the new season of Archer, and I was very disappointed. Because now it's Archer 1999. So they're in space now. And,
Archer in space!
and you know when people are running out of ideas because they start doing shit like this. Hey, let's set it in space. Hey, let's have Beetlejuice go Hawaiian. That kind of thing.
Oh, God.
By the way, good morning. RYNO. I'm pronouncing it as you put it as your name. I'm not saying Rhino because it's RYNO.
Almost kind of like Inashika, oh fuck, what was that name? Inashika Joe.
Well, what?
I think Don would get what I'm talking about.
Hey, Kadon.
Yeah.
Should we send the link to Zell?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not for sure. Did I pass out last time?
Yeah. We all said goodbye to you and booted you.
I don't remember getting to my bed. I remember waking up at like 2 p.m. going, huh? What? I completely don't even fucking remember what happened. I don't remember leaving the stream. I don't even remember leaving my fucking computer room. I guess I was fucking tired.
No, we could, unless your mic was like right next to your bed, we could hear a little snoring going on.
No, it's not by my bed.
Well, then, yeah, apparently you fell asleep and then woke back up and after the boot had been done. And
yeah.
Good morning, Magog.
Hi, Magog.
So, how was your fare?
It was a fair.
Good, bad, or indifferent?
I got bit by a Black Widow again.
God damn it.
Except I didn't have any of my stuff, so yeah. It was painful. It's
Ouch.
still painful.
I can't say I've ever been bit by a Black Widow, but I have been bit by a brown recluse. And if it wasn't for my grandfather's very quick action, because he fucking cut that thing open and bled it out, and I think he dumped liquor on it. I don't remember what he dumped on it. I just remember me going, ow, and he said, it's going to be a worse ow if we don't get this taken care of right now.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of scarring from it, but apparently he cleaned out the wound right. I mean, I've seen some pictures. And good God, the necrosis? That's some nasty shit.
Yeah, Black Widow bites. Oh, not Black Widow. Brown recluse bites aren't pretty, but not on Black Widow.
I think I'll no context tweet a Black Widow bite.
Yeah.
I
And,
know context tweeted the video for you, Doc.
Oh yeah, I did the.
So you can no context retweet it if you wanted.
I have.
Yeah. And all I know, to make a video, it's easy. Just do what some of these other people do. Find a subject, talk about it, make a big stink about it, lie about it, whatever. Just make a video. There you go. Content.
Oh, that doesn't look like a Black Widow bite. That looks like a brown. Yeah, that's a brown recluse. That's not a Black Widow. This is a Black Widow bite. Okay, there we go. And we'll get that tweeted out.
I don't feel like dropping my pants so you can see it on my thigh.
Why did they go after your thighs?
Because they're tender, juicy, and sweet.
Oh? Oh. Okay, and here is a brown recluse bite. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy! Take that into your dream.
Mmm.
Ooh, that one looks like a vagina.
Fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be looking at these no context tweets of yours, Doc.
Yeah, I don't want to look at them anymore either. There's a fine line I should probably not cross.
Yeah, especially since I've been crawling around underneath my trailer and there's all sorts of fucking different, creepy crawly critters underneath it. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch or look at them.
Well, wait a minute. Are they common in your area?
Yeah, brown recluse is fucking common. Black Widow you'll see every now and then, but yeah, they're common around my area also.
I thought that. Well, I know we have Black Widows up here, but they're not like the hourglass kind. I mean, they're the same species.
Yeah.
But
See, we have banana spiders, black widows, brown recluses. Like I said, you'll see a black widow around here, but you don't see them all the time. They're actually kind of rare to see here.
yeah, it's more like a brown widow. I mean, they're not like that jet black thing.
No, these are jet black with red hourglass.
No. Here, wait a minute, let me. I don't know if Magog wants to, but I'll throw a link out. That's another one we can mark off the super secret DM. Or do we?
Yeah, I consider super secret DM group as you sent me a link to this. So, am I in the group? Am I not in the group? We'll never know. It could be the group is just individual DM groups with individual people in them.
Yeah, I mean, we have to figure out a way to start some type of gay op. I don't know how to, so, this is just my best guess. Cat, go the fuck away. Go away. Black Cat is in heat. And boy, does she love me. By the way, good morning, Mr. LN002, and good morning, Pinoid. What was the... Arwino? I don't know. I don't know if there's really any actual use for people to go to VidCon, especially people who are sincere creators. I mean, unless you're trying to look for sponsorship or something, I just don't I don't know. Good morning, Magog. Welcome to the stream. What do you think as far as the usefulness or value of VidCon?
It's a shit show.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the only people who really get over there are, you know, I remember Logan Paul made a big splash. Markiplier was there once recently.
Honestly, it's just really it's an excuse to gather together in real life with your insulary group on YouTube and have a party. If I did go this year, I wouldn't even go to the con.
I always felt it was better to find the parties that happened after the cons than have to deal with the con itself.
And there's a lot of parties, like, even if you know somebody, you're not invited to, because, like, last year, I remember there was private get-togethers for all the bigger YouTubers, you know, the guys with 100,000 subscribers or more. And it's like, that number actually fucking matters to you people?
Yeah, you know, I watched a thing about people who win the lottery, and when they have like their little sponsored get together and they bring everybody in, it's like the 2 million winners go someplace and hang out together, where the people who make like 20 mil or higher congregate together. They automatically split themselves off.
Yeah, and I also knew that I probably wouldn't want to go back to the con the moment I saw that one of the biggest events at VidCon last year when I went was the VidCon prom.
What?
And it was like a big dance, and they were going to crown a king and queen, and it was like it's such vapid millennial horse shit.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble wrapping my brain around this concept. Was it like they really didn't have any type of real entertainment, so they had to create this?
I mean, there were some things that were good. Don't get me wrong. I had some friends who paid the money for the industry pass so they could go to the, you know, they could go and they could go listen to people talk about how to work the algorithm on YouTube, and you could go to the different booths and talk to like Canon and Nikon and, you know, different microphones, and you could kind of like do a bunch of shit like that, you know, and get a free hat, you know, and stuff like that. But to me, that ain't worth $100 for a regular just visitor pass. And I had to get the fucking creator pass in order to get to certain parts of it, because Viacom took it over last year.
Yeah.
And after, pretty much, they've just turned it into a big teenager fuckfest where it's just like, let's just get the Logan Paul types and really promote the hell out of them. And, you know, like I saw their announcements this year and like, come and see the wonderful, you know, panel featuring Steve Shives. And I'm like, I'm not going to that shit ever again.
Wait, Steve Shives was there?
No, Steve Shives is going this year.
Oh.
He's gonna be on a panel this year, and it's like he's still relevant.
I gotta start a GoFundMe. And by the way, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Mr. LM.
But I can tell you this right now. The only thing that would ever convince me to go back to VidCon is if all of a sudden I found myself with like millions of subscribers and I was better than everybody. Because you know what I would do when all the other bigger YouTubers that have like millions of subs are like private party for us bigger guys, I'd be all like, I'd rent a beach house with like 14 rooms and be like, yo, all you smaller YouTubers, come with me.
Well, yeah, I saw
fuck them pricks. Let's go party at my fucking beach house.
Yeah, I saw the one that what's his name, Bunty King, did a couple years back, where they had rented the beach house, and it was like
that was 2016.
Oh, that was 2016. Okay,
2017. Sorry, 2017. Yeah.
Yeah,
they didn't read it wasn't really a beach house, but it had a pool.
Yeah.
And so they had like pool party and stuff, which was cool. 2017 was the year to go. That's when a lot of people showed up. Even like like Dave Rubin dropped by and fucking, Sargon came and got into that whole thing with Anita, and the whole garbage human thing happened, and everybody took a picture with the giant Kekistani flag. That was the time to go, because pretty much after that, our little political commentary side of YouTube just fractured and schismed, and now everybody hates each other.
Yeah, everybody started like I don't remember the first one to predict it, but yeah, everybody started cannibalizing everybody else.
I predicted it really early on, and that's because I am a dark magic wizard that can see into the future.
Well, when the only content that people have is bitching, then when they run out of targets, it's easy to start slapping around the retarded kids that were in the
when Bloodsports kicked off, you could tell I was one of the early ones that were like, this is going to get bad, I'm staying away from it. It's because I stayed away from it. If you go back to all of my content to that time, I didn't once talk about the shit that was going on with Bloodsports, and I never got on any of those streams. So you can tell just from my actions that I knew it wasn't going to fucking last.
Yeah,
it's too vitriolic. It's too much based on real hatred for each other, and not like fun making fun of each other and then going home.
By the way, good morning, Ghost Dog 999. Yeah, I mean, I was around them at the time, but I refuse to go in on anybody. It's just like, if this was a friendly ball busting thing, I'd be cool with it, but it got venomous very quickly, and I just didn't want anything to do with it.
I liked how the Kumite started, because that kind of was the first kickoff of the Bloodsports, was the Kumite. And I don't care what you think about Tonka, you gotta at least give him that credit. He's the one who kind of created the whole genre. But the Kumite started off as more of a, like, let's get friends on and roast each other. It was like a Comedy Central roast almost.
Yeah, I mean, you got people...
And I enjoyed it for the first, month, and then it turned into, real gossip and real drama and real hatred, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, it got venomous very quickly. And, because I'm always up to hear AP and Ghastly go in on people. And when they were doing it like AP was the manager to, Ghastly was the manager to AP's wrestler. God, the promos were fucking hilarious. It was beautiful stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, it turned into one of the things is when they had no more enemies to go after, they turned on each other.
Yeah.
Before you knew it, it was, did you see what Andy Worski said to Tonka? Oh, they're all pissed at each other, and all that shit started happening. The Kraut and Tea server thing was what really kicked it off and turned it into real drama and boosted everybody's channels from just talking about the controversy of the doxing server. And after that, it went on to that lasted for months. Like, they stretched that fucking thing out. And then it went on to the Mundane Matt thing, and they started turning on each other. Andy Worski had a big breakup with Tonka and Failure, and it was just like, I don't care. I'm over here doing side quests, just whatever.
By the way, I'm just going to say this once and leave it there. I still have fingers crossed for side quest.
Say what?
I still have my fingers crossed for side quest.
Oh, it's coming back. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new co-hosts.
Really? Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah, because we're also doing another show called Fetch Quest, which is going to be like the minor leagues. It's going to be all these characters that aren't Magog and the main crew, and they're going to do a Wednesday show. It's going to be like the poor man's side quest.
Oh, like Acquisitions Incorporated, the C team.
Yep.
That's
so
right.
you're gonna be able to watch kind of like a midweek show with a bunch of lower tier characters, but if it turns out to be funny and they learn how to work together really well and they become really funny and popular, then they can kind of move up to side quest. I can pull them out of the bleachers and be like, get out on the field.
Wait a minute. Okay, RYNO, who loves to talk about politics? And who do you want to tell to shut the fuck up? We haven't talked about politics yet. Wait a minute,
try
are
to
you talking
stay
about
out of
Tommy
that conversation.
Robinson? Yeah, Tommy Robinson's amusing to watch every so often. I'm okay with that. Tommy C, that's a different story. I find no value in his content. But then again, it's one of those things. Like I had somebody tell me not to watch the series Bad Blood. Have you guys heard of it?
He's talking about Sophie.
Oh, I like Sophane and Fat Pat together. I really hope Sophane's trolling. It doesn't sound like it, but I really hope that he's
he's Twitter brings out the worst in people. Sophane's a great dude. I'd love to have a drink with him again, just like I did at VidCon. Him and Fat Pat are awesome guys. I love their content. I love how creative and funny they are. But on Twitter, they are Sophane is a fucking animal.
Yeah.
He's just every fucking time I see a Sophane tweet, it's, oh, look at the conservative intellectual and fucking orange man bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Our Rhino was talking about Pinoid.
Oh.
No, he was talking to Pinoid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's talking
about Sophane.
No, okay.
And yeah, he's like I said, it's like, I think the best thing about VidCon is you can forget about the internet version of people and literally just face to face get to know people and realize that they're just people and they're cool and you can have a drink. And even if you disagree, you can have a drink and have a good time without fucking crazy shit happening like on Twitter. Like I go every now and again, I'll comment on Sophane and it'll create like a massive thread and we'll go back and forth with each other. But multiple times when that has happened, I've also tweeted out like, I don't want anybody to misunderstand our disagreement. Sophane's a cool dude, and he'll tweet it and be like, I was about to say the exact same thing. Like he knows I'm more conservative than he is. He knows I'm smarter than him. So he recognizes that we're cool, we can disagree.
Well, and there is even if there's no internet friends, there is a certain camaraderie where you've got the bar mentality where you have the ability to bust somebody's balls and they actually know that it's a joke.
Yeah, they can see your face and stuff. Like every time I've gotten into like a little spiff with Sophane on Twitter, it sounds really angry and serious because you can only type certain amount of characters and it's all back and forth, and people think we're like fighting, like real fighting, because that's what Twitter brings out in you for some reason. It's like the devil app, and it was designed by Satan himself. But then I'll hop on a live stream with Sophane. They'll invite me on one of their live streams or something, and I'll be a guest, and it'll all just be laughs and funny, and I mean, I really do think that fucking Twitter is the devil.
It might be Lilith, but not the actual devil. Well, Broski put up something to promote Las Cruces, and it said in it the cure for the common show, and I tweeted back. I was busting his balls. I'm like, Do I smell gimmick infringement? And I put up my logo for Doctor on Call, which underneath it, the tagline is the cure for the common interview. And they didn't get it. I mean, they started going off going, no, I took it from this video, which was back in 1996 and blah, 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 blah. And it was a Vince McMahon clip. And I was like, who is that guy? I don't know who that is. Me who has been a lifetime wrestling fan and actually been involved with independent wrestling for like a dozen years.
Right.
and Broski came back hard again. And I'm just like, oh, well, just let me know who this Mr. Was it the Mr. McMahon? And I'll set him straight. And then some of the people finally in the thread got it. And Bresky came back again, and I just put the old Superman meme, the one where he's flying and he's just looking around, and then they put the word joke flying across.
Yep.
Yeah. I hate to be all Warner Brothers, pat him on the head and like, break it up, son, joke's over. I was hoping he would just have fun with me on it, but I don't know, because I think those guys have been attacked from all angles again. Him and Optic, so I think their sense of humor might be grinding down a bit.
Yeah, when it comes to Twitter, my sense of humor is flown out the window. It's like I get on Twitter just to promote my stuff, talk to people about stuff I do, tech, anime, and gaming. Anyone else, you want to start something or you just want to be insulting, and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna play this game.
If somebody's gonna say something that I think is silly, I will certainly troll them. I will see if I can bust their balls, and then if that actually happens, then it's like, okay, it's up to them to recover or come back with something harder, a nice zinger on me, because if somebody gets one over on me, that makes me laugh. I find that more amusing than me getting over on somebody.
I like to use Twitter to come up with really complicated gags and jokes and see if people actually catch on to them and get them or not. Like, I think it was this morning or yesterday morning, I tweeted out a tweet. Yeah. I said, we're all the hot chicks with a thing for YouTube dark wizards in Arkansas. They all seem more attracted to grand wizards that wear white around here. Jeez. And then I said, relationship status, it's complicated. Some people were like, you'll find somebody, you're a good dude. And I'm like, they totally don't get it. Like, they think I'm actually tweeting about me, like complaining that there's no women or something, but like, they totally didn't get, like, you guys got that, right? Like, was it too subversive? Like...
It's like, these are the jokes, people. Come on now.
Yeah. Well,
at this point, I just use Twitter to post videos and post jokes. I've even started ignoring all the politics posted by my friends like Sofane and stuff. I use Twitter purely as a research tool and to post jokes and to post links to my videos.
Mr. LM's been incredibly quiet. More quieter than Kadun, but Kadun's got a dog she's playing with.
Oh, doggo.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to Twitter and stuff, my sense of humor is I don't have one. I'm referred to as a joke killer. I sparky jokes. I don't have a sense of humor, so I don't try to make jokes. I don't try to get them.
See, I've always been, or I have always used humor as a nice, smart-ass coping mechanism. Because I mean, when I was growing up in that fun little ghetto, the projects, when I was a kid, I was in the minority, and if a white guy could make a whole group of black guys laugh, then that kind of secured your safety. Like, leave the little white boy alone, man. He's funny.
All groups of black men should have at least one white dude, because somebody has to talk to the cops.
You got to fill the quota.
Yeah. Oh,
like, you ever see like a group of black dudes like hanging out on the street in the city, and there's that one white guy with them, and it's like, what did that dude do to get them black guys respect? Like, what crazy shit did that motherfucker do?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely know that one. I mean, I basically got my props because I hit the biggest, blackest kid when we were in elementary school, and took him down, and I got respect off that. So, yeah, we were playing Smear the Queer. I don't think they're allowed to play that anymore, are they? I guess.
Nope.
Unless
At
they
least not in my
rename
school.
it. Well, they could rename it "Kill the Guy with the Ball."
Well, hell, they got rid of fucking what was it? They got rid of Red Rover and dodgeball. They don't even use rubber dodgeballs anymore. They use foam ones, and like half the people can't throw the ball, and out of that half, only like 40 or only like 9. What would I say? Only like 10% out of that half can actually catch worth a damn. So you just kind of like, so they just kind of sit there and they just fucking get hit and then sit down.
You know those little balls that had the fucking the rubber balls with the handle on them. That's what they used in my school to play fucking dodgeball with.
Oh, nice.
You can get some fucking speed with those fuckers.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
What we used to do is, you know, the little circle in the center of like the basketball court.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them. Well, we'd have everybody sit, or they all stand in the circle, and we'd get the heaviest medicine ball we could find, and we'd just chuck it at each other as hard as we can. And if like you weren't paying attention, you get hit in the fucking chest with like fucking 40-pound medicine ball. I'm surprised nobody broke their fucking ribs, but it was lots of fun.
God damn! I just thinking about that hurts. Change the subject real quick. I had a question for Magog. How's the flooding been where you're at?
Fucking awful. What are you?
I was just asking because it's fucking god awful up here.
Dude, there are parts of like Little Rock and North Little Rock. They've had to like literally close like main roads. Like fucking McCain Boulevard has like flooding at the end of it, so you can't even get to the lower side of North Little Rock. You have to go all the fucking way around and come up the other fucking backside from Conway. Like it's fucking in the streets. There are people who've had to evacuate their fucking homes. Like
trust me, I know.
Because the Arkansas River is overflowing. One of the levees broke too in Little Rock.
I seen that. They've shut the dams down up here because of that for a time.
Now where I live, like specifically, I'm far enough away from the Arkansas River and Little Rock and any of the rivers that join Arkansas River that it's not really affecting my personal area. Like I have a creek outside of my apartment complex that overflowed into the road, but I just drove through that shit. It wasn't that deep. But other than that, I'm kind of on the high end of kind of going upward. So I'm not getting anything personally affected, but I know people who have houses and shit down in Little Rock that they're staying with their fucking parents and shit right now. You know?
Yep. I had to do the same thing last week for about 5 days. It sucked.
God damn it! I want to watch the movie Dodgeball now.
I'm thinking more of medicine ball dodgeball from Jackass in the dark. That was it.
And by the way, I did no context tweet the official type of dodgeball. It's that maroon fucking thing that's got like the little wavy marks all over it and like little squares.
I like the little ones, the ones that are just bigger than your hand, but they're like those just because they get a lot more velocity and they're harder to catch. So they actually hurt. Like,
well, no, I like those just because of the dunk sound that they make.
Oh yeah. Well, the issue is with like the new dodgeball that they play in schools is that the balls don't hurt, so nobody has incentive to actually play. Like, if you didn't play dodgeball normally, you're gonna get socked in the fucking head with a rubber ball. It's gonna hurt like a bitch if you don't catch it or dodge. Whereas with these foam things, they just bounce off of you and you just sit down, and then people usually pull out their phone and fucking.
Yeah, and
it's just
in junior high school, the guys, if there was no real lesson plan or there was a substitute teacher, they'd be like, well, what do you want to do? And it's like, let's play dodgeball. So, or scooter rugby, but that's a longer story. But yeah, we'd sit there and start planging balls off each other's heads for like an hour. And yeah, you can clip that.
Who
Anyway,
remembers the giant fucking umber shoot?
but we
Huh?
what?
I remember that from school. We had the giant fucking. It was like a big piece of cloth with all the different colors, and it had a circle in the middle. And you grabbed it. Everybody got a place around it, and everybody picked it up at the same time, and then sat down really fast, and it created like a fucking vortex tent over everyone.
Oh yeah, we had a parachute.
Yeah, I did that in second
Yeah, it
grade.
was a big. It was a big ass
those things were fucking
parachute.
awesome. Oh,
By the way, good morning, Zell. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, good morning, man.
There's some great games to play with the parachutes. One of them I think was what we call it. It was cat and mouse, and that was you had people underneath the parachute, and the cat was on top, and basically is like tag. This is way back when I was a little kid, but
Dude,
those parachutes were fucking awesome.
dude, you got to stop using the phrase "way back." You're 20.
Oh, fucking A, man. When that was like 9 years ago, like maximum.
You
Until
just learned how to not poop in your pants, so.
Yeah, those umber shoots were good until somebody tried to jump off a building off them.
Did you guys ever do because this was around the same time where we did parachute, like in like maybe second or third grade when we were doing that shit, and then they'd have everybody sit in a circle and they'd play Duck Duck Goose, and I tell you what, man, Duck Duck Goose was more fucking vicious than goddamn dodgeball.
Oh, the best one was Duck Duck Goose with no shoes on. It was just socks on like the hardwood floors. If you were not smart about it, you would fucking eat shit on the wood floors, and it was the best thing.
Playing Duck Duck Goose was the first time that I'd ever seen the pimp slap put into action, because they'd be like duck, 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 and then goose. I mean, just fucking rock somebody's head, man. You can see their eyes wobble as they're trying to get up, like they were concussed.
God.
Oh yeah, that's how you get your pimp hand strong when you're young.
God.
Hey, Kadant.
Oh Christ!
What are you doing, Kadant? I have no idea. I'm trying to figure out what she's doing because I'm thrown off that she's got her camera on. Wait a minute.
Oh, is it still on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Kadanti.
I mean, you've been playing with the puppy. That's cute.
You didn't even know your camera was on. You're lucky you weren't fucking sitting around in your fucking drawers.
She was.
I mean,
because that's how Kadant rolls.
Fuck, like I was sitting here fucking stripping my bra off.
I didn't know what was going on, but I was just playing towards the safety aspect.
We saw everything.
I saw the puppy mainly.
I'm joking.
No, and good night, anti-hero.
So anyway, I'm not going to stay very long because I'm actually trying to get on a decent sleep schedule because I often have to spend my days up at the property meeting contractors and doing work. But
like waking up with the sun and not waking up opposed to the sun?
Yeah, because eventually, like, if you don't get out there early and get work done before about 11 o'clock, you're going to fucking burn. Like, oh, God. The other day, I was out there doing the yard. I was using the tractor to cut the fucking grass and everything along the easement. And I got out there a little later than I wanted to. And by the time I was finished, it was 2 p.m. And the sun was just blazing hot above me. And by the time I got home, I had to take one of those, like, freezing cold showers just because the heat coming off of my skin was like I could fucking cook an egg on my fucking arm.
Oof.
Damn.
Jeez.
Sunburn. No fun.
Good. Now, I had sunblock on, so I didn't get sunburned, but just the heat, man, just that fucking heat coming off of you when you get out of the sun like that. It's like, fuck, I'm irradiated.
Well, and you probably got a shit ton of humidity down there, too.
Yeah, a lot of rain. It's supposed to rain starting tomorrow and rain all the way till Saturday.
Jesus.
We're expecting another 12 inches of rain this week.
Yep.
I would make.
So I've got to get things done when I can get things done. So I've been trying to stick to this schedule so that when it's not raining, I can get up and go do stuff before it gets too fucking hot. It was really cool though. I got to hang out at my property after a good hard day's work. I was up there when the fucking sun went down. It's completely dark, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking. There ain't no street lights for fucking miles, right? And I don't have any street light back there on my property either. It was so fucking dark. I was standing next to my car and I couldn't see my car. Like it was that fucking dark, right? And just every star in the sky. It looked like a fucking nebula, right?
Yeah.
I lit up a cigarette and started drawing on my cigarette, and every time the cherry would light up, all the fireflies in the woods would answer. I'm talking hundreds of fireflies just started, just lighting up in the woods.
I just hope it's mating season.
Because they're breeding a lot right now because of all the rain. Fireflies breed in tall grass and with like moisture. They breed around ponds and creeks and stuff with tall grass and water, mosquitoes.
Yeah, you see a lot of them, especially when there's a lot of dew on the ground around sunset.
Yep, and this calf got out of the farm next to me. He squeezed through the damn fence, and I was up there in the fucking dark, and this cow just walked up on me. I did not see that coming.
Needless to say, hamburgers that night.
All of a sudden, this fucking calf was like right behind me. He was like, "Mrr," and I was like, "There's a monster behind me." There's a fucking. I jumped out of my skin, bro. I jumped out of my fucking skin. She was just trying to find her way back. I had to lead her. by the ear to the fence and push her through the fucking gap in the fence.
Yeah,
Christ.
It
reminds me.
I had to turn on my headlights so I could see the fucking gate. I'm like, "Come on, girl, come on, get back through the fucking fence."
Yeah,
it's getting revenge for the bullfrog.
It wasn't even my cow; it was the fucking neighbors. But I wasn't about to let her wander on my property.
That reminds me of I have 3 dogs and one of them's named Pepper. She's a fluffy little shit. She's going through heat at the moment, so she's very needy. And on one of these streams, she does this occasionally, and I always forget about it. But I was just laying over on my side in my bed, and I just feel like a presence behind me, like right by the back of my neck, and then I feel breathing, and I just like petrified look there, and there's a doggo snout just looking me right in the eyes, not wagging the tail, not anything, just staring at the back of my neck while I lay there. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem,
There's
dog?
nothing like a fucking ninja cow coming up on you in the darkness.
Dude, this was in the darkness, and it's just like, she's a little shit. She sneaks up on you. That's why we had to put a bell on her collar so she wouldn't fuck with us.
The fucking cow just came up to me and was like, "Hello, human friend. Can you help me get back to my home?"
At least the cow didn't fucking just like fucking drop kick your ladder while you were on it.
My girlfriend likes to do that shit to me. She'll walk up very quiet, like behind me. I'll go turn around and I'll jump about 5 foot out of my fucking chair because she scares shit out of me.
Yeah, I know women scare you. It's okay.
At least she didn't come up and go, "Tonight might be your last."
Yeah.
No, she said that a couple times.
Like right when the sun was going down up on my, this is how awesome it is to be like that far out in the country where there's no lights and stuff. Right when the sun was going down, sky was hot pink and blue, like it's the sundown.
Life outside of light pollution is pretty gorgeous.
I saw this dove, right? This dove like took off, and I was like, "Look at the beautiful dove." And he started cooing because he was a mourning dove, and he took off towards the woods, and he was like, "Woo, woo!" And this fucking giant owl came out of nowhere. It was like, "Skycock!" and just killed that fucking bird midair. And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome! Oh, I have death birds on my land. I have death birds."
Oh, owls are great except for the fucking owl pellets, man, that they leave
There was
everywhere.
Fucking hair. There was fucking feathers floating on the wind because that fucking owl had that dove, man. It's fucking owls are like missiles, dude. They're like guided
Oh, no.
missiles.
Fucking
Dude.
owls are probably the most dangerous birds of prey, like just common ones, just because they're deadly silent. Like they can glide around and you don't hear them worth a fuck. You just see them and you're like, holy shit.
Dude,
And so
they will fucking fly through a fucking trees and dodge every single tree, dude.
Oh yeah, and they also have they have asymmetric fucking ears, whereas like we have one on each side of our head. They have one that's offset, so they can use it to fucking triangulate where the fuck the noise is coming from, and then just pinpoint it and just dive on that shit. And
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever seen them without feathers. They are fucking scary looking fucks, little
Yeah,
monsters.
they are. They're little monsters. Little fucking featherless owls are monsters, man.
Yep.
Dude, he was a big owl too. I got all kinds of wildlife up there, man. Because that 12.5 acres that I own is also surrounded by probably another 100 acres of other land that people own that nobody lives on. Like I'm right dead center in a bunch of other land that nobody fucking owns or nobody lives on. So it's fucking quiet up there, except for the sounds of the monsters in the forest. You know, I'm sitting up there and fucking 9, 10 o'clock at night. It's dark. It's just pitch black. And from the woods, I hear, the fuck was that? The fuck makes that kind of sound?
That's what a fucking 12 gauge with slugs is for, all right? That will kill anything on our continent. If you're running a Bigfoot, you're probably fucked anywho, but a 12 gauge with slugs is at least going to slow it down. But, there isn't really anything you can't kill with a 12 gauge, whether it be a dove, some fucking creepy air or velociraptor like an owl.
I set the fucking jackass off. Well, the farmers through the woods there has a jackass. And I was out there and I was just like, it's so nice to be out here all on my own. And I went, caw, tuki, just to hear the echo. And it like echoed through the trees and the jackass freaked out. All of a sudden from the woods, all I heard was, it's just fucking going nuts. That pissed that jackass off.
It's like, what the fuck is that monster in the fucking woods? All right.
Yeah. The fan.
By the way, good morning, William Stenchever.
The thing you don't want to run into out in the woods is a fucking boar.
Yeah,
especially not without a fucking gun.
We got razorbacks here. Yeah.
Yeah. We got wild hogs up here, and I came across one or two before in the woods, and it's like, yeah, you don't want to come across those.
What do you call it? Fucking Cold Steel makes 2 boar spears, and there's one guy who, if you want to talk about good advertising, this was a guy who was up in fucking British Columbia, and some woman got attacked by a fucking like mountain lion. And he just fucking jabbed it through its gut with this huge ass fucking thing and just disemboweled it and saved her life. And he wrote a review about it, and they were like, fucking A, that's a great ass review. Killed the fuck out of a mountain lion. So.
I don't like mountain lions. I don't live anywhere near mountain lions. It's too hot down here for them, thank God, because when I visit family up in like West Virginia, up in the fucking Appalachian Mountains, they got mountain lions. And
they've got them in Ohio.
The fuck out of me.
Yeah,
it terrifies me, dude. Just a big ass fucking cat.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, where I grew, well, not where I grew up, but where I went to high school, there were a decent amount of mountain lions in that area. And one time I was walking home from school, and it's like a mile and a half, or not from school, fucking from the bus stop. It's like a mile and a half walk, and I just heard like the mountain lion growl in the woods, and I was like, fuck. Like I was at least like fucking like 3/4 a mile away from my house. I was just like,
okay, well,
goddamn.
I got a panel question then.
Mm-hmm.
What is the one wild animal that you would never want to face down? And
Shark?
and let's start with Zell.
Bear.
That's it. What kind of bear?
All the
Bear.
bears.
Just bear. Like I think bear's probably the worst.
They are.
I mean, unless you want to get into like,
The biggest land alpha predator in the world is a Kodiak bear, which are bigger than polar bears.
yeah, it's just
Them
bears
things
bears
will
freak me out, man.
fucking kill you.
Are they
Like,
bigger
people-
than black bears?
Yes.
Huh.
They're
They're-
bigger
they're-
than grizzlies. They're
they're
bigger than
enormous,
polar bears. Like Kodiak bears are a breed of polar bear. But
people
they're
don't
bigger.
people don't really like like you have to actually experience running into a bear to like take it all in, and like a full grown bear, and then it's just like, I don't know, like maybe a tiger is worse, I don't know, but a bear to me like is the fuck all symbol of you're fucked if you don't
At
start
least
running.
here in like America, because we don't have native like tigers and
That's-
panthers
yeah.
and
why I
elephants.
didn't
Like
count
elephants will fucking kill you.
Yeah,
like
that's why I
elephants
didn't
will
really
stamp
count
you to
those.
death. Like wild elephants will fucking kill you.
Yeah,
You know?
but I
we
would
don't
say- I
live
would say
anywhere
bear.
near elephants.
I would say bear because their speed as well.
Not downhill. If you're running from a bear, run downhill. They lose their footing.
Well, that's some good advice, but
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, it's because their
I
legs
just
legs
always
in the
tell
rear
people to
longer.
run, like I
They
just
got stumpy legs and they fucking fall.
yeah, I just hear a lot of people like talk about bears and they're like, I know how to handle it and this and that. It's like, no, you don't. Run. No, you
Yeah,
don't. It's not funny. Like it's if a bear gets you, that's it. Like you just go along with what he's doing at that point.
I did watch
You
it.
get, you get
always
raped and you
scared of
turn into
bears
Leonardo
because-
DiCaprio.
Zell's only scared of bears because they always hit on him in West Hollywood.
Every
Those
free
bears
drink
too.
he gets, he's wondering, does this one taste like roofie?
See now, around where I live, in the only national park that's here, there are black bears, and
They're little compared to
well, we came up on like two cubs, and the girl I was with went, "Oh, those are so cute," and I was like, "We need to get the fuck out of here right now."
Yeah, where's
Yep.
mama?
Yep.
Where's mama?
Yep.
Yeah, I did not want to meet mama. I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's funny because I've got a walking stick that I use when I'm hiking, and it's got bells attached onto it. And one of the women that I went walking with was like, "Why do you do that? It makes so much noise." And I'm like, "Exactly. If a bear or a cougar is around, they will just as soon fuck off. They don't want to come investigate what the sound is. If it's
You don't wanna
foreign to them,
surprise
they
them.
would just as soon walk away."
Yeah, you don't want to surprise them. Yeah, like I want to say, there's probably way more people that die in the U.S. from bears than anyone thinks,
I saw
and it's because of that approach that you just said of like that girl who's like, oh, they're so cute, blah blah. Like people they underestimate bears all the time in the U.S.
Yeah, I saw a video on YouTube. I guess it was like being filmed from a guy's like helmet cam or something. He had like a GoPro on.
Mhm.
This fucking bear come charging out the woods. It was a brown bear. And he screamed, pulled out the bear mace.
I
He
would
pulled
have
out a
too.
bear mace. He was lucky he had bear mace, and he sprayed it at this fucking brown bear.
Mhm.
And that brown bear got hit in the face with his bear mace, sat down, put its paws on his head, and just started crying.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the guy like
Good.
sprayed this bear, and the bear sat down, was like, "Roar," and started making this noise. And the guy went, "Oh, are you okay?" He was like, "You okay, dude?"
No, that's your ticket to run.
And then he
I
just
mean-
started running. Yeah, he just started
I
running.
mean, to be fair, I'd probably feel pretty bad too if a bear made a cute, like,
Oh, he
poor
just wanted a
baby.
hug, but he was running way too fast. It scared me.
yeah.
yeah,
no.
yeah. Bears are
That
not
was a-
known for their gentle hugging.
No. Zell's fucking forgot the scariest of all animals.
Well, you're not up yet, sir, but bears, yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
so Doc,
Sparky's next.
Well, I guess we can't say what somebody else has already said, so I'll say wild boy.
Now, I don't know anything about boars. How big can they get? Why are they so scary?
They will kill you.
They will kill you.
They will
It's
fuck you up. Do not fuck with a wild pig.
Very territorial or what?
yes.
Very
They will-
territorial. And
they
they're
will-
fucking like their tusks. They will
raise a
they'll-
shark.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
tear your fucking legs apart.
Where do they reside?
Imagine a
Where do they
jacked
reside in the
territorial
US?
pig.
Where do they reside in the US?
Texas. Well, anywhere they can, really. They're an invasive species. They got a shit ton of them in Texas.
Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas.
Here, I'll even tweet out I'll no context a picture of a boar.
And the problem is
Well, I know what they look like, but I don't know how big they can get.
They can get pretty big.
They used to kill the fuck out of everybody, no matter what continent you were on. You go boar hunting, and it's like they take half of your guys for every boar you get, man.
It's
Like, they're fucking
the big, dumb, and stupid. And even though you can shoot them, if you don't get a headshot on them, they will continue charging after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are fast from what I understand too. That's scary. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
And
Like the reason why I didn't go with like a cougar or something is like I know the attacks happen, but and I know a lot of this shit is just anecdotal from our experiences and shit. From my experience, I've just noticed that anything like in the feline territory, like yeah, they can attack you, but as much as they can attack people, I've also seen them either leave people alone. Like you have like you could flip a coin with a cougar. Is what I feel at least. With a bear, it's a little bit more like 80-20, and if that 80% happens, like you're doing what the bear says if you don't run.
yeah.
Well, I am
we don't-
seeing that what they call the feral distribution of swine is definitely mostly southern. Apparently, there are some around our national forest, but I've never seen them.
Yeah.
Do you guys know? I just looked it up because I wanted to be sure. Did you know that the Kodiak bear, one of the two largest bears alive today, polar bear being the other, Kodiak bears can get up to 680 kilograms or 1,500 pounds.
Yeah,
Well,
did you see
that's what
the?
big guns are
I'm
for.
telling you, man, they're fucking monsters when you see them in real life. Like that's a monster.
Did you see the no context tweet of the Kodiak? That's some shit I would not want to be around. Definitely. Okay, Mr. LM.
Great white shark. I had a few friends.
I didn't know we can go
Okay.
see. Yeah, the sharks. I have a fear of sharks.
Okay, where I grew up near in Humboldt County, basically the westernmost point of California, up in Northern California. And the water's murky as fuck there, but the great white sharks love it for some reason. So you can't see dick when you're in the water. And I had friends who were abalone divers, and like one guy told me a story. He's fucking there, and this just big ass fucking thing just swam the fuck past him, and all he saw is this just flash of white, and it was a fucking big ass great white shark. And he's like, "Oh fuck!" And abalone divers, if you don't know, they don't use like dive tanks or shit. So like he just held his breath for as long as he could and just like crawled along the rocks on the bottom and tried to get to shore. But like they had one of those rare attacks where two sharks attack somebody at the same time near my old town. It was two great white sharks. One went for the guy, he's a surfer. One went for the guy's legs, and the other one went for his like torso, and they fucked him up. But no, like sharks are the scariest fucking things, because at least with a bear you're kind of equally matched. You're both land animals for the most part. But like
equally matched. Oh Jesus.
okay. I'd say equally matched relatively, all right? But like in the fucking ocean, we can swim, sure, but we're not fucking sea beasts, all right?
Okay, I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this, dude. I didn't know we can go see. That's fine. So a seriously deep fear of mine is deep water and sharks. Like
agreed.
Like if I this is how bad it is. If there's certain video games I've played where like there's a section where like there's water and sharks, and I will have to ask a friend to play through it for me. It's terrifying for me. That being said, as much as I'm scared of sharks, still, personally, like, I would probably be paralyzed by fear, but I feel like if you threw me into water with a shark, or you put me on land with a bear, and in both scenarios, just, right next to them, alone, just me and that animal, I would rather choose the shark scenario. Because I feel like you still have a better coin flip of it just leaving you the fuck alone.
By the way, let's do some good mornings here. Good morning, Trippy. Good morning, Grant Stanford. And good morning, Lysis.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way, Zell. With a bear, at least you can get a 12 gauge with hardened hard cast lead slugs, or just a fucking elephant gun, basically, and shoot it. In the ocean, you're basically fucked. All the legal ways.
Whoa.
What?
That's if you're preparing for it. A lot of times you're not gonna go in the woods carrying that shit.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. If you could prepare for it, you can with a bear, but in the fucking ocean, unless you're if you're within 25 miles of,
you can get a harpoon gun.
Yeah, swim with a spear gun,
dude. Dude, that ain't gonna do fuck all against a great white shark.
That'll hurt it,
guys. Can I give my answer? Because I think I'm gonna.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gadun.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I'm interested. What's yours?
Hippo.
Oh, you took mine. You
good
bitch.
one.
Yeah, hippos are pretty nasty too, Dave.
They're incredibly aggressive. They're surprisingly fast, and
They're
they
stealthy.
probably kill more humans than almost any other creature.
I'll buy that, because
and
I've
they're-
heard a lot of bad stories.
Yeah, like they're fucking.
They'll
vicious.
actually bite boats and sink the boat.
Okay, here is here. I'm gonna no context
They
tweet
chew through
this
bone
picture.
like butter, dude.
This is a picture of a hippopotamus taking down a fucking alligator.
Yeah. No,
They will
they fuck
take
shit
out
up,
saltwater crocodiles, and saltwater crocodiles are beasts in of themselves.
Well, the scary thing about hippos is like the trap spiders or whatever. They have the little door and they pop out and shit. The hippos use water like that, and so they have this stealth maneuver where they blend in with the water, and then all of a sudden they just latch out and either drag you in or just keep you on land.
Yeah. Well. No.
That was a good pick.
No,
Those things can be scary.
Yeah, they are definitely pretty scary.
And
but
Komodo dragons are scary too, because they will eat anything, kind of like a great white shark, except they're on land.
Komodo dragons have so much bacteria in their mouths that when they bite something, it slowly poisons your bloodstream with the bacteria and stuff. So they will literally track you for miles until the poison takes over, and then you fucking fall to the ground, and then they eat you alive.
That's fucking crazy.
By the way, the PSI on a hippo bite, 2,000 pounds PSI.
Oh yeah, it'll fuck your shit up, no doubt about that. I still think great white sharks are a greater threat, just because you're in deep water and that thing wants to kill you. You ain't gonna see it coming. And there's no way to fight against it, because it's just gonna come straight up from underneath you and it's gonna fucking grab your ass and kill you.
Stay on the goddamn beach.
But I mean, no. Literally, the only way you can legally kill you can't buy fucking underwater guns, you can't get underwater guns that you can fight a shark with. The only thing they have that's really decent is a bang stick, and those are it's one shot. Sometimes it doesn't go off, and you basically have to poke it. So if this thing's swimming up at you at 25 miles an hour or some shit. I forget how fast they go, but they're fast as fuck when they're swimming up.
The thing with most sharks, including the great white, is the reason the great white kills so many people is because of the size of their bite. But at the same time, when a shark gets a hold of a human being, unless it's a frenzy situation, sharks don't like the taste of people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
They
Trust
think
me,
you're
I
a
know.
nice fat seal when they bite into you, and then they go, "Oh, that's gross."
You know what likes the taste of people? Bears. That's not a
Okay.
joke.
Well,
That's not a joke
okay.
either. Like they fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck. When I was, what was I? I was like fucking 14, I think. I was in Hawaii at this place called Magic Sands Beach, and they call it that because every night the tide takes all the sand off the beach, and it's just volcanic rock underneath, and it brings it back in the morning. And I was there, and like I was riding on like a bodyboard, and I remember somebody said, "Get out the water," and I was like, I thought it was some dad telling their kid to like, "Oh, time to go, get out the water," whatever the fuck. So I ride a wave, and there's like two other people in the water, and then there's me, and the other two people are just getting on beach, and I just see this big fucking shadow thing just like circling my ass within pissing distance. I'm like,
dude,
oh
that's freaking me out.
fuck,
Yeah.
oh fuck, and I was in like waist deep water, and I don't know if you've ever tried to run in waist deep water, but it is the most awkward fucking slow splashy shit you've ever done in your entire life. So I splashed my ass out that water, and I proceeded to cuss out every person on that fucking beach. Why did anybody say the fucking word shark? Not even fucking once. There was a shark and nobody said the fucking word shark. Are you shitting me?
What
But
freaks me out is like you ever see like all the people like swimming, and there's 1,000 people in the water all having a good time. Helicopter flies over with the camera looking down to the water, and there's tiger sharks swimming in between people.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
hang on,
Like
let
that freaks
finish.
me the fuck out. They don't
Oh.
even know it's there. They
Oh,
don't
yeah,
even
well,
know. They don't even know there's like 7 fucking sharks in the
Oh.
water. Nobody even knows.
Oh,
it's
that
there.
happens with great whites in the Southern California too. But yeah, when they, I later figured out it was a 13-foot tiger shark. That was the shark, and the way they figured that out was when a shark gets close to a beach too many times, they just take a Coast Guard helicopter with a M82 50 caliber sniper rifle and blow it out the fucking water. So it's dead now. So that's good. But still,
You're really passionate about the shark thing,
dude.
Nathan.
I've had like 3 runs and run-ins.
No,
with
I
sharks.
will never ever be bitten by a shark in my entire life. You know why? Because I'm never going in the fucking ocean.
Oh yeah. Well, my thing with the ocean is I will not swim in the ocean if I cannot see the bottom. That's just me. Like if I cannot see the fucking bottom, I will not swim there. Like the only way you get me to go into water where I couldn't see the bottom is if I had a fucking like suicide vest on. So if any shark decides to fuck with me, I'm gonna blow it to smithereens and make sure all of its shark friends know that like, oh, maybe we shouldn't bite the humans or else we'll spontaneously fucking explode.
They're too dumb to learn.
I
All I'm
remember.
saying,
but at
all I'm
least
saying is,
Doc,
if you really understood bears,
Yes.
you would know the great
Hey,
outdoors. is
who's
horrible.
next in answering this question so we can stop talking about fucking sharks?
Magog is next.
Yeah, you piece of shit, Mr. LM. Goddamn, let him play.
Yeah.
Shut up,
was done.
bears.
Going.
Bears, scary bears.
I'm gonna choose the most terrifying animal.
Humans.
Yep.
Fucking hate humans.
Black people. No.
Dude, have you ever met one? They're awful.
No, I really would never want to come out in the wild. It'll never happen because I'll never go to where they live. But I would never want to come face to face with a fucking silverback.
Oh, good choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
yeah,
a
so
fucking 800-pound killing machine.
Yeah,
like,
they're
that's
just like,
stay out
like, fuck
stay out of
Harambe,
Pennsylvania.
okay? I don't
Make
give
sure
a
to
shit.
stay out of Pennsylvania.
oh boy.
Fuck Harambe. They were like, oh, poor, he was just playing with the kid. I don't give a fuck. That's an 800-pound alpha killer. Like, people were tweeting, when Harambe was killed, they were tweeting videos out to prove how kind and gentle gorillas are. And there was the fucking video of this guy who he photographs gorillas in the wild, and he had all his cameras around his neck, and the gorillas come up on him, and he was sitting there, and the fucking male was like pushing on his shoulder, the female was like picking his ear, and they were like, look how curious and cute they are. But if you notice his body language, he's in a ball, and he's looking down, and he is not making eye contact, and he is staying still. And they totally missed that part of the video because they just wanted to like, fucking push their narrative that gorillas are these kind creatures. No, gorillas will fucking murder you. Fucking apes in general. Fucking chimpanzees will rip your face off and punch you in the balls hundreds of times.
Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine? There's literally an animal that, like, I don't think any of us really understand what a face being ripped off really like implies. Chimps can rip off your face.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, come on. They fucking get organized, march down the street saying Black Lives Matter.
No. Okay, good night, everyone. We disavow.
No. If you want to talk about some fucked up shit, this is. If anybody's eating right now, I advise you to stop. There was a guy he adopted like a baby chimp or whatever, and he raised it. And once it got too big, he had to let it loose with other chimps. And so on the chimp's birthday, the guy brought him a birthday cake. And chimps have a very good sense of fairness. And since none of the other chimps got birthday cake, they escaped and proceeded to rip this guy's dick off and. Part of his face, eat his nose.
They attacked him.
This guy's still alive. Yeah, but I mean, they literally ripped his dick off.
They ripped his jaw off too.
Yeah, he's still alive.
They had to like reconstruct his jaw because they caved his fucking face in and they ripped his dick off.
That's why doctors need to be legally able to put people down, okay? Because if I get my dick ripped off by a chimp,
let me no context tweet this. This is a picture. This is a woman who survived a monkey attack.
No,
this is the face of I just got really fucked up.
No, yeah, don't look up the pictures of the guy who got his dick ripped off because it's fucking brutal. But they just did this all because they didn't get birthday cake. Yeah, fuck chimps. And as far as land mammals are concerned, like they can all the apes can die. Like fuck you, all right.
Yeah. I agree.
Like I'd rather have a bear eat me than a fucking ape. Any ape.
And gorillas, man. Male gorillas have incredibly tiny testicles.
Oh, and small dicks too. They're like 3 inches.
Massive amounts of testosterone. And so they don't need big balls to show off like other fucking apes. They're like, I don't care about my tiny balls because look at my fucking biceps, bitch.
Yeah, they just got the needle dicks and they just poke in there and get the girl pregnant. They don't.
I don't fucking give a shit how maternal you think gorillas are and everything. I have seen pictures of people, the corpses of human beings that were attacked by gorillas. It is not a fun way to go.
I mean, honestly, I think chimps are scarier than gorillas because, like, the gorilla will probably just beat the fuck out of you and then you're dead. Whereas the chimps will rip you fucking limb from limb, rip your dick off because they know, like, fucking Joe Rogan goes on about it all the time. There's like one where, like, fucking chimps will just like rip another chimp's throat out and then start drinking its blood, and it'll hold its hands out.
Yeah, they're vicious.
Scoop the blood. Yeah, fuck that. Okay, I'd rather have a bear rip my fucking asshole.
You have to understand too, gorillas, like chimps, yeah, but I mean gorillas. The reason I chose gorillas is because I typically don't like animals bigger than me.
Well,
and gorillas, they don't act like chimps in that way. But they will fucking an animal that size that also has the ability to grab you, like it has an opposable thumb. That's what's terrifying.
Chimps can too.
Like
chimps are fucking.
Of course
jacked.
they can. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking.
Well, no, guys, you're talking about the difference between like one of these murderous fucks will either beat the shit out of you or pop a cap in your ass with their nines, and the other murderous fucks will, roll up on you while screaming like "Orale vato," like either way, these murderous apes, gorillas and chimps.
I think you're doing a racist thing, huh?
What are you talking about? We're talking about
go to bed. Go to bed, Kanan.
No, I want to be racist. Fuck you.
And by the way, good morning to Satan and Satire, and good morning to Skittles McSnabby Pants.
Hi, guys.
But
do you want to know mine?
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I gotta go with the saltwater crocodile.
Yes,
because those motherfuckers have a PSI, a bite PSI of like almost 4,000.
So they have to open their mouth to bite you. You put a
Yeah.
rubber band.
Fuck that,
You
but
put a
once
rubber
they
band around their snout, and they're like, "Oh fuck."
well, yeah, but once they get that bite on and they start doing that fucking turning shit,
Yeah, the death roll.
Death
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, let me put it
They're
this
probably
way.
the least terrifying of everything we've listed so far to me.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, because fucking, I'm not afraid to die in that regard. And like, what they do the death roll,
Oh,
and you
I
basically
am.
drown, and then they eat your ass. Whereas like a fucking chimp's gonna rip your dick off, a shark's gonna come out of nowhere and rip you in fucking half.
dude,
Um,
saltwater crocodiles kill more people than sharks.
I don't care.
Annually.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care about dying. I care about how I die, and I don't want to get my dick ripped off beforehand. Okay.
Lysis, don't tell my secret.
All the animals we've listed tonight, I do not want to die at the hands of. Okay, I don't. Then saltwater crocodiles are fucking vicious, and what's scary about them is they can fucking swim across the ocean. Like,
Exactly.
you know, they don't stay in one place. They're like, I'm going to go over here. You know,
And unlike sharks, they can get up on land too.
What was interesting was the shark that inspired Jaws was actually great white, but it traveled upstream, like up into fresh water, and it could spend very short amount of time in fresh water, and that's where the attacks happened.
Bull sharks do that. They can survive in brackish water.
Oh yeah, bull sharks can, but they didn't think great whites could. But then they found body parts in the fucking in the belly of a great white, and it corresponded with the attacks that happened.
Hey, Kadan, is a mud shark a real animal or just a racist term?
Both.
No, okay.
I've never heard the term before.
Now, one of the most terrifying creatures in history, though, in my opinion, is the Carcharodon megalodon. Like, I would not want to see a 50-foot-long great white. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. You see that picture of the jaws of a megalodon, and there's like 8 guys standing inside of it?
Yeah.
Like, fuck that thing. I'm glad it's extinct. Fuck it.
I mean, to be fair, it probably would just swallow you whole, and then you die.
To be fair, they're probably not extinct. They probably turned into great whites. They probably kind of shrank to meet the food source. Because we still don't know how old sharks are. Their fucking teeth fall out, and that's the only thing we could use to judge their age.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, technically speaking, I think a megalodon could be alive. The only thing is well,
Rhino
in
the chat is right though. Mosquitoes kill more people than any other living animal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they carry malaria.
Yeah, mosquitoes are fucking. And then the tsetse fly.
Yeah.
No.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, tsetse fly carry West Nile.
Yep.
And then type of mosquito.
Can we all talk about the anaconda real quick though?
Why?
Snakes don't scare me.
It's a big fucking snake.
I'm more paranoid about the black mamba.
Black mamba, those things are fast as shit, yo.
Yeah,
dude. When I was like 10 or 11, and I went out to like a field near my house, and some friend of mine dared me we saw a little snake, and it was like 3 feet max, and so my friend dared me to like pick it up. So I pick it up, and the whole time, like, I don't know anything about snakes at this point, and I'm just kind of like, it's near my neighborhood. I'm dumb, so I'm assuming garden snake or some shit. I'm like, it's nothing. And so I take this fucking snake and I walk all the way home holding this snake in the middle, which is fucking stupid, and like near my leg, and every now and then it tries to take a chomp in my leg, and I'm just like, ha 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 ha. And then when we get near my house, its head turns into a fucking diamond.
Ooh.
And I'm like, this is weird. Like, look at his head. It's crazy.
God damn it, Zell.
So I throw it in the grass in front of our fucking house, and I go inside and I'm like, hey Mom, look at this cool snake thing. And she runs outside, and then she runs back inside, and she's like, did you get bit? Blah blah blah. That was a rattlesnake. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I just did that.
That was one cool motherfucker right there.
That was like my first close encounter with snakes. Was like I almost died.
That was probably somebody's pet, and they're like, "Oh, you're just kind of manhandling me," and then you finally just fucking.
I just thought it was cute the whole time. I was like, "Look at this little diamond head. Let's try to bite."
See, See, that's the problem with no natural selection. Okay, so no offense, but you're gonna pass
Yeah, I
that
would have
gene on
learned
to
that
your.
day. I would have learned.
Yeah, you're gonna pass that gene on to your fucking kids, all right? It's gonna be like, oh, what's that?
dude.
Poke it with a stick.
Yeah,
They're
like
gonna fear bears, but like snakes. Oh, snakes are friends.
I don't
Okay?
know. Like I didn't have a bad first experience with a poisonous, deadly snake. I just thought it was cute the whole time, so they don't bother me. Even though like I could have maybe died. It was just like
The most poisonous land snake in the world is the inland taipan
where's that at?
in Australia.
Of
Oh
course.
yeah, can we just talk about everything in Australia? Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
that fake land has all the most fucked up shit. And no offense, Lysis, I know that it's all part of your guys' like your act, but y'all hobbits need to stop pretending like this Australia place exists because that's fucked. Like, why would you make up a place like that?
So that's where they could keep all the dangerous shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, why is it that we still got the dangerous shits like in fucking Inglewood and Compton and fucking East LA?
According
Like,
to
can we
this-
move those dangerous shits down to Australia already?
Wait,
According to this, the inland taipan has a subcutaneous injection lethal dose of 110 milligrams per bite, and
Well, I mean,
it has been and that's a really high number of venom. But what also makes it on the top of the list of the most venomous snakes, land snakes, is how many humans it's killed. Believe it or not, 289 fucking humans a year get fucking killed by this
wow.
snake.
I need context though. So like, how much milligrams of whatever the venom does like a rattlesnake give to people?
Dude, believe it or not, rattlesnakes aren't even on this fucking list. The very bottom one is the saw-scaled viper, and that's 72 milligrams.
You know why I think that is too is like not only I'm sure they're like not as poisonous as the other ones on the list, but also rattlesnakes they give you a warning.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get bit by rattlesnakes because you can kind of hear them.
Yeah, they give you the warning, and the other ones kind of don't.
But yeah, these things are not. These inland taipan snakes are not nice. They are. To show you how fucking venomous they are, the second most venomous is a fucking sea snake that'll never bite anybody because it lives like way at the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Under the sea.
The yellow-bellied sea snakes on this list: the Pernan sea snake, the coastal taipan in Australia, the many-braided crate, which is in Hong Kong and mainland China, the black-banded sea crate, the black tiger snake, the western tiger snake, and the beaked sea snake are all on the most poisonous list. So
most poisonous or most
no,
deadly?
world's most venomous.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as like various species, estimated human fatality count based on maximum venom dose. Okay, so it might not be 289 people a year; it might be 289 people total. But the king cobra has killed 11 people, at least that's known. The black mamba, there are unknown numbers of humans killed by the black mamba.
Yeah.
The Eastern brown snake has killed 58 people. Forest cobra killed 65.
What about that one guy? I don't know if you know anything about him, but there's this guy that he ruined like all of his relationships in his life by dedicating his life to being constantly like he forces himself to get bit by snakes to grow immunity from it. And even his wife was like, I can't take this anymore, you're insane, and she left him. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but like he wanted to be like a human scientific experiment, and he's grown an immunity to a lot of the venom.
Just small doses over time, and eventually you can take a whole bite.
Yeah.
But copperheads are pretty high on the list. They're more poisonous than rattlesnakes.
Well, copperheads are surprisingly common, and they fucking swim. They're scary little bastards.
No, that's cottonmouths.
Yeah,
Copperhead-
yeah.
copperheads
Copperheads
are more
are
of a
dumber than
deserty-
shit, man.
Yeah, copperheads are more of a deserty snake. They live in down like Texas and Arizona and shit. But cottonmouths swim, also known as water moccasins, where I live.
Oh
And
yeah,
them
we got.
motherfuckers are mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
that's
got-
what I know
we got
about
both of them up
water
here.
moccasins.
Yeah, cottonmouths, aka water moccasins, will fucking swim in the water. They'll chase
Yeah.
you. They're just the meanest fucking little snake, and they're poisonous too.
Oh,
Cottonmouths are on
quick
this list too.
yeah. Quick tip for people: if you're gonna be out in the water and you gotta choose a shotgun to deal with cottonmouths, go with a 12 gauge, 410, 20 gauge. They won't do fuck all. They hardly penetrate the water. 12 gauge is the only way to kill those fucking bastards.
No, it's not. A rat shot will penetrate the water because it's low velocity. You just take a 45 with some rat shot. Pow!
I'm going off of personal experience of another guy. He had 3 on hand. He had a 410, a 20 gauge, and a 12 gauge, and none of them stopped that snake except for the 12 gauge.
I do like the scientific name for cottonmouth, so it's kind of cool sounding. They're the Acestrodon piscivorus. That's the. Sounds like a fucking dinosaur. The Acestrodon piscivorus is
Wait,
the
guys.
scientific name for the cottonmouth.
Yes, Kadan.
Guys, I just thought of another one that I'm pretty sure none of us would like to ever have to deal with.
The flying
the
squirrel.
vampire fish.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with flying squirrel.
The what?
No, that thing's dead already. No, the vampire fish.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look this up.
They're pretty nasty looking.
This is the fun one. This is the I nickname it the opal fish.
Oh, good God!
Yeah.
That's
Does it
some,
sound the other fish to death?
that's some
Doc.
that's some teeth. Here, wait. I'll no context this fucker.
It's the one that's known to swim up the urethra.
No, that's the Kandiru.
Yeah, no, that's the vampire fish. It's the same thing.
Yeah, they're a little spiny. They they puff out their spines when they're in your pee fucking hole.
Yep. The sounding, the opal fish.
Oh yeah, here's the Kandiru.
Yeah.
I know that because I watch Venture Brothers. There's a
Yeah, nobody wants that. That's why you don't pee in the water because they'll follow the urine stream.
Oh, those ones? Yeah, those
Yeah.
ones suck.
Yep.
No.
And you know how scales work. Once they get in,
Then
it's like a
there's
Chinese finger trap, but in your dick.
Then there's like animals and insects and stuff like that in this world that aren't necessarily dangerous or poisonous, but they just terrify me. Like, have you ever seen the size of a Peruvian centipede? The fact that they can get like 8 feet long scares the
dude.
shit out of me, man.
The big centipedes are
Them
pretty
giant
fucking scary.
Peruvian centipedes are terrifying. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are; they're just terrifying.
Yeah.
And I do not like camel spiders.
I was gonna say camel spiders are the ones that kind of give me the willies.
They
Yeah.
give
Oh, yeah.
everybody the willies. They're freaky, man. They are freaky, fucking face hugger aliens.
Well, and you ran into a few of them, didn't you?
One, yeah. I shot it with my 9mm. Yeah, fuck that thing. It got into our LT's office and was behind her filing cabinet, and it was screaming.
What's the one spider
what
that will
was-
like chase after you?
There's a lot of
Well,
them that do that, but camel spiders
yeah.
do that. They're trying to get in your shadow because
Well,
it's
no,
hot.
no, like not to try and get in your shadow or anything like that. Like if you piss it off in any way, shape, or form, it will chase after you to try and like attack you.
Well, there's
Some
like
tarantulas do that.
there's like a demon spider. That's literally what it's called. It's a demon spider, and they'll chase you.
Okay, I gotta look that one up too.
They're like a big kind of species of. I mean, they're huge.
I know there's
I mean-
one. Is that the one that will jump at you too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Spiders jump. A lot of
Yeah,
spiders.
just fuck all the
I
spiders.
hate spiders with wings. There are spiders with wings.
I love daddy long legs because they will kill the other spiders.
Magog. Speaking of animals that that aren't poisonous or anything or dangerous, but are fucking scary looking. The spider crabs, the ones that are just they look like
they're like on
giant
the
sea
yeah,
spiders.
they're just giant fucking crabs now out of Japan, and they have those giant, really long front legs that they can grab things with.
Yeah,
Oh,
they just look
fucking-
creepy.
Man,
Yeah,
if
they
I was
just
like a
freak me the
diver and I
fuck out.
saw that thing, I would fucking shit myself.
Oh shit, but yeah, some alien shit right
Like-
there, man.
Fuck that.
I don't think I'd be scared around them, but just the image of them, like they look
Well-
frightening, but I don't know. Like I wouldn't be worried around one. I would just be like, that looks
Well-
scary.
The other thing that freaks me out is the goddamn Asian giant hornets, the Vespas.
Oh god.
Oh,
Them
yeah.
fucking
Any kind of
things
hornet
are
or bee
huge.
freaks me out, dude. That's
Dude, they're
freaky,
like
dude.
the size of your thumb.
Are those
Like
the
that-
ones that lay eggs in other insects?
Yes, they're fucking
Well,
terrifying.
a lot of offshoot wasps will do that.
Yeah, there's quite a few species of hornet and wasp that do that. That's
Hornet,
But-
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
but the Asian giant hornet is like just terrifying. I don't like it. It's huge.
I'll take your word for it. It's giant hornets that'll fuck up spiders, or those are terrifying. To
Yeah,
me.
tarantula hawks, they're big too.
Yeah,
Tarantula
not a
hawks.
fan.
Tarantula hawks are the big black wasps that will literally kill tarantulas. They're just like
Yeah.
jump on the back of the tarantula and like, ha ha!
Oh, that can't be real.
Oh no, there was a
Okay.
fucking.
I'm gonna tweet this.
The
Yeah, the-
Tarantula Hawk Wasp Festival. And if you ever played Fallout New Vegas, the what are they called? Fuck.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about. Something.
The Cazadors. The Cazadors are based off those.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a fucking. I can't remember what the name of the game was, but there was a survival horror game where you're in like a fucking underwater marine station, like way deep, and like some crazy shit happens, like an earthquake or whatnot, and you have to like go from different flooded portions or whatnot. And they had those like spider crab looking things, and they just fucking latch onto your helmet and crush your skull in it. It was something ridiculous. And it was just like, yeah, that was an irrational fear. They've never done that before, but fuck, now I'm afraid of that shit happening.
Oh, by the way, good morning, Jolly Rogers Bilgewater, and he says the tarantula hawk.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got okay. I'm gonna look this one up too.
Oh, and
That's the one we were talking about.
Yeah, they're no joke, man. It's fucking scary.
the Dino Ponera is like terrifying as well. I never want to.
Just they just like I don't know if it is the tarantula hawk, but it's the one that's like all black with these sickly orange wings.
Oh,
bright
lamprey,
orange
yeah,
wings.
that's-
Yeah, that's it. Here,
That's
I
real.
got a picture of it.
And terrifying looking, dude. It's just nasty.
No, dog. I see your no context tweak. Yeah, lamprey.
We get those out here sometimes, and when you see one, you just go away.
Oh man,
Those things are fucking everywhere. You'll find them in like waterfalls and shit, man. Like those things are fucked. And the best one I love in the lamprey is like anything's a fleshlight if you're brave enough. That meme.
I'm almost certain that you're wrong.
I also hate
It's
the
a meme.
Dino. I also hate the Dino Ponera. They're Amazonian giant ants. No ant should get that big. Like no ant should be 2 inches. Okay, like
Yeah.
like fuck them things. And bullet ants, they have what the most painful bite.
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah, they're like the most painful bite in insect.
Is
Like,
that
yeah,
the
there's
bullet ants or the
tribes.
army ants?
No, it's the bullet ants.
The bullet
Um,
ant supposedly has it's like a 9 on the fucking pain index. Like the
Yeah,
bullet
they
ant
have
has
they have a special way of like how they measure the pain, and the bullet ant comes out on top. And there's tribes like tribes that are in areas where bullet ants thrive. There's like certain tribes that to become a man, you cover yourself in them.
It's bullet ants are considered the like here it is the most painful insect bite in the world.
Here is a picture of the stinger that they have, because they have a stinger.
Oh
and,
boy!
And the bite mark.
I'm having fucking nightmares.
There you go. And by the way, anybody who's listening who doesn't already know, down here in the descriptor is my link to Der Twatter. So if you want to see the no context tweets, you can just pop right over there. You don't have to search for them. You just hit the link.
This guy describes what it's like to be bitten by the most painful insect, and he describes it as quite literally felt like being shot with a bullet. It was instantaneous, almost even before it stung me. It was absolutely riveting. There were huge waves and crescendos of burning pain, a tsunami of pain coming out of my finger. The tsunami would crash as they do on the beach, then recede a little bit, and then crash again. It wasn't just 2 or 3 of these waves of pain. It continued for 12 hours.
Fuck.
Crash, recede, crash, recede. And it was absolutely excruciating. There wasn't much I could do except be aware of it and groan.
Yeah.
It's gotta
Imagine just doing that for, 12 hours, and then you come out the other end and your tribe is like, you're a man now. Like,
right?
I'm like, I just want to be a bitch. Sorry.
At that point, yeah.
It
can I just be a bitch, please?
Doctors actually like
That's
it.
when you know pussy has way too much value placed on it. Oh, the only way you can be a man is if you get stung with the most.
Well,
shit ever.
Doctors
they need tough guys in those tribes.
Doctors actually rate it at the same pain level as deep tissue or bone damage. It is a deep throbbing ache that crescendos over several hours from within the nerve clusters.
Now, it doesn't have any poison or venom either, right?
No, it does.
Is it just very, very slight?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not like the bullet's ant sting is currently the highest on the Schmidt's pain index at 4.0 plus. Some victims compared the pain of that being to that of being shot, hence the name of the insect. It is described as causing waves of burning, throbbing, all-consuming pain that continues unabated for up to 24 hours.
There are Americans
that
you can look up videos on
the
YouTube.
poneurotoxin, a paralyzing neurotoxin peptide isolated from the venom, affects voltage-dependent sodium ion channels and blocks the synaptic transmissions in the central nervous system.
All right, so explain that to a dummy.
They have a very powerful neurotoxin that literally causes your synaptic transmissions to fuck up, so you're feeling all the pain. Your synaptic transmissions are not gonna cut off to save you from the pain. They're not gonna do it. It opens them all up. You just get a whole wave of pain.
Yeah, because the people that go through it, because there's Americans that have paid. They've paid to make a trip out to these areas and experience the quote-unquote manhood ritual. Seriously, there's videos of this shit.
Yeah,
and they have explained it as not only do they explain the pain part, but maybe this has something to do with the neurotoxins as well. They also explain that there's almost like a sort of acid trip quality to it as well. You just almost lose your mind, and it's like you almost have like a religious fucking moment.
Yeah,
because you're in so much pain.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's really, it's not that poisonous, but still pretty fucked up, is the fire ants that can make rafts and float. So you can't fucking drown them. Look it up. They fucking combine into giant fucking balls of fire ants, and they just float around. You can't drown these fucking things. They
That's
will live.
terrifying. They just build little rafts. Like, we're gonna get you, bitch. Stay right there.
Hey, what about the bird eater spiders? The big fucking ones, the
Oh.
giant
Those
ones.
They're not that
Have you seen the
harmful,
flying
honestly.
snakes?
They just go for the birds.
They're just scary because they're giant fucking
Yeah.
spiders.
Yeah.
What about the whip scorpions?
I don't know anything about scorpions. I don't really.
Have you
I
seen
only
the
know
flying
one thing
snakes,
about
though?
scorpions. The bigger the stinger and the bigger the scorpion's body, the less poison it is. But
That's
tiny little scorpions will fucking hurt. They have way more venom than the big ones.
Huh.
Yeah, big black scorpions, you know, the ones you see in movies and
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
scary because they're so big. Their venom is actually quite like tame.
And
Because they don't need it as often. They have the
I
really
don't
big
think I've ever
claws.
run into a scorpion.
and they glow in the dark.
And they crawl on fucking ceilings.
Well,
I fucking hate
that's
scorpions.
creepy. That's
We have
creepy.
little brown scorpions here in Arkansas, and every now and then,
Okay, you guys want to see
making his way across my ceiling?
you guys want to see a creepy picture? This is the kind of picture that creeps me out when you talk about insects or nature. It is a scorpion with a shit ton of little baby scorpions crawling all over it.
Oh, yeah. That's the fire. That's what fire's for. Curl them up like bacon.
That's what a steel bottom boot is for.
Well, no. That's like when you fucking stomp the big ass spider and it's just full of tons of baby spiders and they start crawling all over your shit.
Why don't you guys just rock me to sleep tonight?
Oh, if you buy a flamethrower, you don't need to be rocked to sleep. You just burn all the nightmares. That
You
is the
should-
solution.
You guys really should watch the documentary on bullet ants, though. They're actually fascinating. They create highways. Like the
I think
bigger,
that's the. I think I saw it. I don't know.
like the bigger ones will be like the walls, and they put
Mhm.
their fucking antennas up in the air and rock back and forth, and all the worker ones will flow in between them. So you can literally just step over one of these highways and just keep walking. They won't ever break the pattern.
What's the bot flies? The ones that will get laid under your skin?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not really something
Jesus
to worry about, to be
Christ.
perfectly honest. Just because they...
I don't know. That sounds very. That's scary,
hang on.
man.
Let me explain. They mainly eat rotting flesh. Like, so that's why they'll get laid in like rotting wounds and shit. And like maggots are actually a great way to that's how they used to treat fucking wounds way back when.
Oh god, this makes me cringe, but I'm gonna no context tweet this too. There's
but they would
there's your friends the botfly.
Yeah.
No, but like they would fucking the like botfly larvae are really easy to take care of. Just take some like raw meat, put it on a wound, and they'll just fucking come right up, and then you take the meat off like a bandage.
Well, yeah,
Like,
that's
usually
if
they
you
all-
catch it, but like you can't always
Or
catch it because
rotting.
like you can get it from getting bit by a mosquito.
Oh yeah, but yes, it can be, but they're not really that much of an issue. Like, yeah, it could be weird, but it's just kind of like popping a pimple. Really, they just cut you open or a cyst, and they just
Because like I know they're like it's getting they're big in like India or something like that.
Africa. That's where most
Africa,
botflies are.
one of the places. I know it's just those things are fucking creepy.
Yeah, and people wonder how we're gonna, if the day ever comes, how we're gonna handle going to an entire new, like M-class planet that has a different evolutionary line, and you know, you could just land on this M-class planet and be like, oh, we could actually colonize this place. We can live here. Oxygen level, nitrogen levels are all right. We're in the Goldilocks zone, and there's an 18-story tall spider. Let's go. Nuke it from orbit.
It'd be like
Yeah,
the
well,
mist.
that's what flamethrowers are for, man. You just fucking you send
Like, you don't
everybody there.
fucking know
heavy
what kind of
flamers.
you don't fucking know what kind of evolutionary line another planet has had. Like you can land on that thing and there's just like giant talking spiders going, "Hello, greetings,
Or you
strange alien."
you could
I
live
mean-
there. You could live there for like 18 months, and everything's fine, and then you just wake up one morning and the doctor's like, oh, by the way, your body's like 80% whatever this new insect is now. You're like, oh no.
To be fair, if there was giant talking spiders, I feel like I would be a lot less freaked out by them than just giant spiders.
Talking spiders?
Like you could understand them.
Intelligent brain spiders. That's terrifying.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
If you could communicate with,
if they could talk, that'd be kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine having.
If they could talk, the first thing I would say is, do you know how terrifying you are, or are you guys conscious of how terrifying you are? Well, I know, human.
What about if
you know how ugly you are to us?
Yeah, well, what if we're just absolutely terrifying to them?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like it's fleshy and it has a fucking 6'2" or too few legs.
What is that smaller third leg between your bigger legs? Is like what?
They're gonna have fears of us fucking shoving that up them. Like, oh, that's its stinger. It lays eggs in your head.
That's why I don't think aliens will ever come here, because you got to think how terrifying it would be for us. Why would aliens come here? Like they land on the surface of our planet. Okay, humans aren't so bad. They're kind of like us, very humanoid, 2 arms, 2 legs. Maybe we can get along with them. What the fuck is that thing over there? Oh, that's a tiger. That's a tiger. What? Yeah, we keep them in zoos and look at them. That is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. Like,
okay, this is my opinion. Why aliens? They got sick of their own strange, and they wanted some exotic strange, like from a different planet strange. And I wouldn't blame them.
Tame that strange.
Yeah, basically, like, I just hope they bring female aliens as well, because like it's sharing is caring, you know. All right, like maybe you'll wipe out our whole fucking species. Okay,
yeah,
can I get some
alien? Have
aliens?
sex with a fucking alien? Yeah, fuck me in my armpit vagina. Like fuck that.
Like fucking. What if they all look like centipedes? You really want to fuck a female centipede?
Probably not.
But somebody in Japan will.
I'm imagining that the fucking most fucking aliens would be actually not that bad. Like the Greys, I wouldn't stick my dick anywhere near a Grey. It's like a fat-headed gray midget with too big of eyes. I just want to punch it in its soft skull. Yeah, I'll probably get us all killed. One of those things would fucking show up on my doorstep. Hello, neighbor. And I'm just gonna fucking bash its skull in with a baseball bat.
For all we know, the reason aliens haven't come here is because they're like the aliens from Signs, and they're allergic to water. And they're like, fuck that planet. It's nothing but water. Like
what you do. All you need to do is just like with all aliens, you just build a wall.
Yep.
Build a space wall.
And on
there it is again.
On that note, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and fucking go. It is 3:30 in the morning, and I promised I would get back on a regular schedule. So, and I'm kind of done. Kind of like talking about terrifying animals and insects. So, good catching up with you guys. I know it's been a while, but I've been a little busy.
Yeah, certainly. Hey, you got that IRL shit. That's what matters.
Yep. When I get moved, things will get back to normal. So,
well, and definitely give us a heads up and an update when you get side quest A and B running.
Yeah, and this month is my birthday month, so I'll probably be doing a birthday stream, and I'll probably do a live stream too to show off my new property when I move up there and everything. So, exciting things coming. So,
Yep.
Did you piss on a deer's face?
No.
Okay.
When you gotta have your live stream, God.
But I do plan on, when I move to my new place, I do plan on having a fucking penguin living in my refrigerator. So all those announcements will be made. I'll send out links for anybody who wants to drop by or whatever for my birthday stream and shit. And we'll work that out.
I have a bill with you. It's my birthday too, so.
Nice. Mine's on the 28th, so.
Mine's 20th.
I do believe that is a Friday. Yes, it is a Friday, so it shouldn't be too bad to stream on a Friday night. So, all right, guys. See you later. I'm out.
Thanks for stopping by, Magog.
Peace out.
Yep. See it.
I don't know if I want to show this video or not. It's the bot flies being removed.
Eh,
Thank you.
that's the thing. There's an easy way to do it. It's you take like bacon or something, you put it on the wound, and they naturally go up into the bacon, and you just pull it off. And then you fucking rubbing alcohol the fuck out of yourself. But no, I'm probably gonna head out myself. You guys have been roboting on and off for like 45 minutes on my end, and I know it's my fucking problem. It's not a problem for you guys, but I can't seem to solve it, so.
Damn you kids today. All right, well, do you have anything you would like to show?
Not much. Everybody in this call and who has been in this call are pretty damn good people, so fucking subscribe to them. They put out good shit. Kadan has a cute puppy. Occasionally she'll have pictures and video of it. And she's not bad looking herself. So, oh,
I
they all
can't.
but
Oh,
I mean,
Process things dark.
oh,
are you watching the video?
yeah,
It's showing
funny.
on the stream. I had to fucking click off it. Fuck you, Doc.
Yeah, there's one coming out of the side of a squirrel's head.
Oh yeah, I get suggested those videos occasionally, and every time I see them, I say, "Nope, I don't want to see this video in my fucking home feed. Thank you very much. I love critters, and I love critters being healthy, but no, I don't want to see fucking critters inside of critters."
Doc,
Yes.
can we just make this chiller time?
Are you ready to go?
Mm,
I'm taking that as a definitive maybe.
I've been trying. Oh, I've been trying. Fuck.
Could you give the puppo some love for me next time it's convenient?
I'm cuddling her right now.
Oh, thank you.
And not once have you thought about making stir fry. Good for you.
It says who?
Okay, let's make that go away. Oh yeah, I've had enough of these. Oof. Yeah, I will probably kill this at 5. So we got about 20 minutes at the most to roll. Are you okay with that? We'll start showing in a couple, but since we only have 2 other people in the stream, that's going to be a pretty quick show.
Well, unless you want to throw a couple links out to people.
What? Huh?
Because there's more people. There's people.
All right, good night, Cadet.
I didn't send out more links.
You can.
I know I can.
Mm.
But am I gonna? Gross. See, I don't know what it is, but like, spiders and scorpions, when they got the little babies crawling all over them, that gives me the willies.
Oh, have you seen the frog that has the eggs in its back?
Frogs that has eggs in its back.
Or like they have their babies in their back?
No, do they just pop up like zits?
Oh, I don't remember what the name of the frogs are. But no, there's a Joker in the chat and there's a Trips in the chat.
See, I haven't been watching. I'm being an ass. Yes, good morning to Killing Joke.
Hi, Joker.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get going because I'm sorry. I've got well companies coming tomorrow, electric companies coming tomorrow, the gas companies coming tomorrow. I've got trailer park guys coming out here tomorrow to give me quotes and estimates of moving this place. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. So
are they gonna double condemn you?
What do you mean double condemn me?
Because didn't it already get condemned once?
By insurance.
Okay.
I'm just having them come out to move it. Or give me a quote to move it.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's being moved 14 foot back and 2 foot in the air. 2 foot higher in the air, excuse me.
Oh.
So I've got those people coming in tomorrow, and it's gotta be a busy day. So,
Well then, shill away, my friend.
no, we did.
Verbally.
You can watch my channel, Sparky's Tech Corner. I should have 2 premieres coming up tomorrow, so you can watch them. And yeah, links in the chat.
Oh,
what?
Doc.
What?
The Suramar toad is what RYNO is saying.
Woo!
I can't, Doc. I can't.
Then-
I took a lot. I did a lot.
But are you having fun though?
I can't feel things, so it's good.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty ugly fucking toad. Okay, I'll make this the last damn nature you scary context tweet. No context tweet.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, normally there's something else fun to look at, but it's just creepy stuff. Good God. Here, wait, I should post like an ass and titties picture. That'll break it up somewhat. Okay. Yeah, let's go here.
Doc,
Yes.
I want to tell you right now, you're gonna have to boot me.
I shall do that if it comes to it.
No, it's gonna. No, it's gonna.
Let's go. Oh wow, that was taken at the party I was at. Okay. Here we go. There, we'll break up all the creepy images with a nice, wholesome image. There you go. And that'll do it. I did send out links just in case. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go away from the bot flies. Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything at all going on with the YouTubes today, and I was kind of glad. I watched Bad Blood, which is the story of the mafia in Canada. And I don't know if you know the actor Kim Coates.
What has she been in?
It's a he.
Oh, what has he been in?
Kim Coates probably was more well known for he played one of the bikers in Sons of Anarchy.
Was he the Irish man?
No, he wasn't the one that had the
scar.
Yeah.
It wasn't him.
Here, I got a picture.
Is he the fat one?
No. He was kind of the right hand man. There we go.
I can't see your avatar. So I can't see the picture, but the right hand man, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's
Either way, this wasn't a documentary.
he was also kind of in Waterworld. He was in one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies, Goon, with what is it, Sean
William Scott.
Yeah, he was the coach.
Okay.
Wifey favors him too because he's got those eyes.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Wait, was he the one whose daughter died in the show?
Yeah, I think they killed her.
Okay, yeah. Yep, that helps.
Yeah, I forget.
Yes, okay, yeah. Now I know exactly what you're talking about. It's on Netflix, right? Bad Blood?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Actually, the first season is focused on Anthony LaPaglia, the actor, and don't ask me what he was in because I only know his brother Jonathan, who was the lead for the TV show 7 Days.
I have no clue what the fuck that is, but I will say that the main guy, Kim Coates, is that his name?
Yeah.
I always felt he deserved whether it was a movie or a show, I always felt he deserved like his own vehicle because even though I feel like Sons of Anarchy for me it kind of just dipped out, he was probably the best actor in that show.
I'll give props to Ron Perlman too.
Well, Ron Perlman's always great, but Ron Perlman's Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
He doesn't really stretch too much. If you notice in his roles, he's just Ron Perlman, but he's awesome.
He was a little non-Ron Perlman with City of Lost Children. That was a pretty good flick.
I haven't seen that.
It's a French film. Matter of fact, the guy who directed it was the same guy who directed Alien Resurrection.
Oh.
So, I mean, the guy's pretty good
I can't think
visually.
of his name right now.
I
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of his name either, but
it was like DeBont or some shit like that.
I don't know. I can always look. Let's see. Is it too late for me to be able to spell properly? Yes! Woohoo! There we go. Directed by Jean-Pierre Junot.
All right. Oh, I was thinking of John DeBont. My bad.
Jan.
Man, that was such a weird fucking movie. Joss Whedon wrote that shit.
Yeah, he did. They did.
What a weird movie.
They did quite a few changes to it, but I think Joss, I think, gets way too much play. There are too many geeks riding his dick.
I'm one of those people where I've gone back and forth. Overall, I feel like he's earned his status. I just think I think people like it's like anybody who gets as big as he does. Everyone kind of waits for like the sign of weakness, and honestly, I think Avengers: Age of Ultron really fucking broke him. Like that was a horrid experience for him, and then it showed like to a lot of people, it showed like kinks in the armor or whatever. And
Well, I mean, he always talks about how one of his first jobs was writing for script doctoring Speed. And they only used like one line that he came up with. So,
now we're going full circle because that's a John DeBont movie. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what made me think of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trippy, yes, I do like to listen to Mesmerize and Hypnotize back to back when I'm listening to System of a Down.
Do you want to hear an interesting fact?
Sure.
Did you know that John DeBont, because Speed was his first movie, and I don't even know why I'm talking about this director. He's like not even that big a deal for me, but I love Speed. I think Speed has great pacing. It's just a good movie. It's cheesy, stupid fun. But his first movie was originally going to be what eventually became the 1998 Godzilla flick. And the reason why he I forget, like, the reason why he was kicked off of it, he didn't step down, he was kicked off of it. I forget what crazy idea he had, but when it comes to the design of Godzilla, he changed almost nothing about the design of Godzilla. And Toho actually wanted something more extreme.
Oh, wow. Well, they sure got it with the one with Matthew Broderick. That was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one guy that I like a lot, and he doesn't get very many jobs anymore, but John McTiernan.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite directors of all time. I think the way he shoots, in fact, the way he shoots everything. I love the look of his fucking movies.
See, I just watched Last Action Hero.
Oh,
That
isn't that a classic?
That movie is pretty awesome.
Dude, that movie does not get enough play. Oh man, yeah, I can go on about him. I mean, Predator. Like, what the fuck?
Well, he did Predator. He did Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yeah.
I even
personally, I think Die Hard with a Vengeance is the best Die Hard. I know that's controversial, but I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, they said 2 was okay, and I think 2 was Jan de Bont, and then
no, 2 was the guy who directed Cliffhanger. I always forget his name, but he's a fucking hack. Cliffhanger was like the biggest thing he ever did, and then since then he's just been going downhill. I always forget his fucking name.
Because I know he was Jan de Bont was the cinematographer for
really?
Die Hard. Yeah.
Oh, is that where he learned kind of how to direct?
Well, he's got more cinematographer credits than he does director credits. And,
I did not know that at all.
Well, here, check this out. He did Jewel of the Nile, Ruthless People, Leonard Part 6. That was an awesome movie, Jan.
Yeah.
Flatliners, Basic Instinct, Tales from the Crypt.
Flatliners was a beautiful looking movie.
Yeah.
I dug that, man. That looked great. But for me, like, I think it's unfortunately become like slowly like a more lost art form as far as like the way directors or even cinematographers and like the relationship between the director and the cinematographer is super important. For example, if you watch a John McTiernan movie, everything about the lens and the way it's capturing light and all that shit, it's on purpose. I mean, if you watch the first Die Hard and then you skip Die Hard 2, because Die Hard 2, like, they used different lenses, they captured light differently. I thought Die Hard 2 looked like shit. But if you just watch Die Hard 1 and then you just skip to Die Hard with a Vengeance, those movies look like they were filmed in the same year.
Well, usually,
And that's on purpose, and they look fucking gorgeous.
let's see. It was Rennie Harlan.
Rennie Harlan, that fucking hack. Sorry, I can't stand him. I've seen him in interviews, and because he did Cliffhanger, which I think got nominated for something, but because he did Cliffhanger, like he just has been this smug motherfucker that has like never done anything great since.
I'm still waiting for another Paul Verhoeven movie to come out.
Oh, dude. You're touching on like all the greats right now. This is awesome. Paul Verhoeven. What's the last movie he made?
I think it's been about 6 years ago.
That recent? What was it?
Let me see. I think I'm gonna have to go back into it.
The last one I saw of his in theaters was Starship Troopers.
Last one I saw was Hollow Man.
Oh yeah, that was Verhoeven.
Yeah,
that wasn't too great, huh?
It was okay. It was a good take on the Invisible Man, but he's got a little bit of a pervy thing to him, which is kind of okay.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. Hollow Man, just like I don't know. I didn't ever feel like I knew what he was going for with that one, but yeah.
The last one he did, God damn it, I forget where he's from. But it was his language, and they shot a movie called Tricked back in 2012.
Fuck, never heard of it. Yeah.
Well, it was okay. Yeah, he is a Nederlander. He's from the Netherlands, and he just basically kind of went back and shot something in his country.
Yeah.
Now there's another one.
He pretty like. I mean, if you make RoboCop and Starship Troopers, and what's the other great he's known for that I'm obviously missing?
As long as you don't say Showgirls.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I mean, he did Total Recall. He did RoboCop.
Thank you. There you go.
He did Basic Instinct.
But yeah, if you do Total Recall, RoboCop, and Starship Troopers, that's already enough. Like, you could retire for the rest of your life. You made masterpieces.
Yeah,
I love Total Recall.
He's had some good runs.
Come on, Cohagen, give these people air.
Oh yeah. See you at the party.
Oh man. Consider this a divorce.
Yeah, come to think about it, Verhoeven had some backstory in Total Recall. There are things that he didn't like in the original script because it was Philip K. Dick. We can remember it for you wholesale. Was the story that it was taken from.
Mm-hmm.
And the remake with, I think, Colin Farrell just kind of shit all over it.
Not Colin. Was it Colin Farrell?
I thought
that doesn't sound right.
I thought it was Colin Farrell. Let's see.
Could be, I guess. I just don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Colin Farrell.
Okay.
It was just bad. It was bad. The only lesson that they learned was, hey, let's put a 3-titted alien in it.
Yeah, the movie looked great. I dug the look of it, honestly. I really did dig the look of it. I liked some of the choreography. Some of it was kind of bad. but yeah, like the first two acts, it was like, okay, this is okay, and if it amounts to something, then you tried. But the third act was just like, it just like folded onto itself. Like, how do you have Bryan Cranston as your villain, and you fuck up?
Very easily, because producers nowadays have a tendency to not know what the fuck that they're doing. They get too involved.
Yeah.
They stick their hands into it and just
Oh,
make
you
a
think
mess.
that's what happened with that one?
Huh?
You think that's what happened with the Total Recall remake?
Yeah,
Was
they essentially told them what to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, the guy who shot it,
Lynn Wiseman?
yeah,
Yeah. He was married to Kate Beckinsale, and he did the Underworld movies.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
He's got a good look to his movies. I'm not a fan of the Underworld movies, but they look good. You know, they look good. They got the blue tint everywhere, but he's obsessed with that. But they look good.
Well, but he's also the jackass that did Live Free or Die Hard.
That is true. I will say this, and you'll probably disagree with me. That's fine. I think Live Free or Die Hard is better than Die Hard 2.
Wait a minute. No, Live Free or Die Hard was the one where they did the where the helicopter came down and just missed them and rolled over the top of them. They ducked a flaming helicopter.
No, I think you're thinking of the fifth one. Die another. Wait, what the fuck was it called? Oh, I forget what the fifth one's called, but whatever. The one where they're in Russia. I think that's the one you're thinking of. There's that scene with the helicopter, and then it's exploding, and then they jump out the window and they fall down a bunch of stuff. The Live Free or Die Hard, he drives a car into a helicopter.
I thought that's the one that had Kevin Smith in it.
Live Free or Die Hard, yeah, it does. It's the one with Kevin Smith, but they don't have a helicopter like roll over them or anything. But he does fuck, what does he do? Like he blows up a jet and shit. It gets fucking stupid.
Yeah, he jumps out of a cop car and rams it into a helicopter.
Yes, yeah. I just hate Die Hard 2 so much, and I don't get how people like that one. And at least Live Free or Die Hard, I loved the energy of it. And again, it looked great. Like, it really looked good. The action was, like, you could be like, the action was stupid, but it was still executed, like, very well.
Okay, that's where I was confusing it, because they were in a tunnel and a car flips and they duck. And
yeah.
And the car rolls over the top of them by bouncing off of two other cars.
Yeah. I mean, like, that part, again, that fucking looked cool, but it's like, it's still, your brain knows it's dumb. You're like, this is Die Hard. This is ridiculous. But I enjoyed it more than Die Hard 2. The fifth one was where I drew the line. The fifth one, to me, was one of the worst action movies I've ever seen.
I didn't even bother watching it, to be honest with you.
Oh, it will give you a headache, Doc. It will give you a fucking... Like, I felt like I was 80 years old watching it. I was like, turn it off. There's too much editing. Like, dude, that if you want a movie to showcase how to not edit, that is the movie. It will drive you insane.
Well, and speaking of directors who might have had it but lost it, fucking Kevin Smith. Holy shit.
I'll let you expand on that, because I don't know where you're going with this, because I think I might disagree with you a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, his last three movies have been shit.
Well, here's how I see it. He did the Hollywood stuff. It just never clicked with him. You either like his comedy or you don't. I tend to like his comedy more often than not. Sometimes it's cringy, but most of the time I love how like this is gonna sound weird, I guess, but like how sweethearted his like at the core of everything he does is. It feels honest even when it's cringy. I love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and all that shit. But I think he just like he got beat up by Hollywood because he sucks with a big budget behind him and producers telling him blah 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 blah. He does suck at that. Cop Out was awful, terrible. But then he did something interesting, and he's like, "I'm gonna fund my own shit. I'm gonna put it in theaters myself. I'm gonna do road trips to get people to view it." And the first movie he tried this with was Red State. And there were things in Red State I don't like that I was like, there's the cringe. You know, you try a little too hard there. And I still loved Red State because I just loved the balls he had and how he just did what he wanted to do. And it was a crazy experience.
Now, I honestly thought he lost it after Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I mean, Jersey Girl, actually, I didn't have too many complaints about that. Clerks 2.
I hated Jersey Girl, yeah.
Clerks 2 was crap.
I like Clerks 2. Didn't love it, but I like it.
Zack and Miri, not good.
Oh, really? I liked Zack and Miri.
I thought that was horrible.
Really? Yeah.
Cop Out was even worse, but that was because of interference by Bruce Willis and the studio.
Yeah, Cop Out was awful. No excuses. That was a pile of shit.
I really didn't like Red State. I thought he was going somewhere and just kind of ran out of steam, like a Stephen King novel.
Oh, dude! Like, I would have loved his original ending. Like, have you heard his original ending for Red State?
Yeah, supposed to be the Herald's call comes.
Yeah. So for everyone listening, whoever is listening, like, for context, in Red State, you got the crazy conservatives, whatever. There's a shootout, all that shit. They're super Christian, and at the very end of the movie, there's like this sound of horns going off, and the crazy Christian people, they interpret that as like the horns of God or something. They think that they won the fight or whatever, and they come outside all happy and jolly. In the movie, spoilers, it was just a happenstance. The neighbors just happened to be blaring their speakers, whatever. That's what I thought was dumb. I was like, that's cringy, whatever, you're trying too hard. The original ending was like, that's what you should have done, dude. Just fucking go all out. The original ending was that the horns are real. And the last shot that Kevin Smith describes in the movie originally was supposed to be John Goodman's character comes around the corner because he notices they're out and they're going to pin them. He comes around the corner and he sees a giant figure, a white-robed figure with wings, with a sword that is through the stomach of the last crazy Christian person. He pulls out the sword. They fall to the ground dead. And then he looks at John Goodman's character and he puts his finger to his lips and goes, shh. I was like, that's fucking awesome. Like, just go for it.
Apparently they didn't budget correctly on that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I just appreciated what he was doing, even though I didn't think the movie was perfect. I really liked certain parts of it though. I liked how it looked. And then he did Tusk.
Horrible.
And I thought Tusk was awesome and horrible at the same time. I had a blast with it. And then he did Yoga Hosers.
Horrible.
Have you seen Yoga Hosers?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. I will say, anytime I get a chance to and I'm reminded to, I will recommend it.
Oh God.
I recommend anyone listening. It's on Netflix right now. Just get baked. Watch Yoga Hosers. It is awful. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to debate Doc on that. It is fucking. It's a train wreck.
Yeah,
It's one of the most interesting train wrecks I've seen, though.
Yeah, the only high point for both Tusk and Yoga Hosers was that he got Ralph Garman to be in a movie.
Well, I love Ralph Garman. I do love Ralph Garman, but
yeah, I like Ralph Garman.
I will say the saving grace of Red State and Tusk is Michael Parks. Rest in peace.
Oh, no. Well, you always get that weird, quirky, entrancing performance from Parks.
He is one of the most underrated actors that was ever on this planet. He was so underutilized.
He's got to be a weird motherfucker.
Oh, absolutely. He's got to be super weird. But he's very captivating. And Kevin Smith, I also appreciated that about Kevin Smith. A lot of people weren't utilizing this crazy man, and Kevin Smith stepped forward and used him and gave him the spotlight. And I appreciated that. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I see where you're coming from, but do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I mean, if Quentin Tarantino had not plucked Michael Parks from obscurity, then you probably never would have seen or heard from that guy again. Because he was basically in semi-retirement at the point when Tarantino said, I want you to be in Kill Bill.
I believe he was in something before Kill Bill, right? From Tarantino, or was that the first Tarantino film he was in?
I believe that's the first Tarantino film that he was in.
But yeah, you're right. I don't even know if it was retirement. He just wasn't getting where he wanted to, and he was kind of almost like done. He was like a lot of actors. We see the ones that make it on screen. But for everyone that we see that made it, there's like thousands that just they're wasting away and they're getting no's all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean his career pretty much cooled off, and then when he did Kill Bill, all of a sudden, well, because in Volume 2 he was a completely different character. Because he was the sheriff in Volume 1.
Right, he's in the opening sequence in Volume 1, but who does he play in Volume 2?
He plays the...
he plays the Mexican guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I remember I learned about that, like, 5 years ago, and I was like, that's not Michael Parks.
Yeah, he kind of reprised the role of the sheriff in the... what was it? Grindhouse?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The only time I saw that movie was opening night in theaters, and I did have a blast, but I just never have returned to it since.
I like Planet Terror. I thought Death Proof was stupid.
I'll agree. Yep.
But then again,
In fact,
that's Rodriguez, and I like Robert Rodriguez stuff. He knows how to shoot. He's probably one of the first people in Hollywood that was actually competent shooting on blue screen or green screen.
Well, again, I'll agree with you on the Grindhouse thing, but then you'll sort of lose me after that. Me personally, I'll say this: I love Desperado. Desperado's gorgeous, and then I love From Dusk Till Dawn, even though it's like a weird, funny B movie. It's not a masterpiece or anything, but it's fun.
Well, I mean, I can't say that I like Spy Kids, but most of it was shot with green screen, and they did a hell of a job on it.
Doc, do you want to revisit those movies because they look awful?
Well, back then, it was kind of like state of the art. He was getting used to it. I mean, he had his own studio next to his fucking house because nobody else wanted to make the films.
When Spy Kids came out, we already had things like Star Wars, and you can shit on the prequels all you want, But as far as green screen goes, that was some beautiful stuff at the time, and a lot of it still holds up. But Spy Kids, even when it released, I remember specifically seeing trailers for it and just thinking that looks awful. Like, it just looks ugly as fuck. But there's a couple movies he's done that I really like. Other than that, like, my opinion on Robert Rodriguez is I don't think he's very talented. I just think he's very ambitious. I am in the minority of kind of disliking Sin City. I just really didn't care for it.
Oh, the first one I liked because I'm a comic book head. The second one was dog shit.
Yeah, I didn't see the second one, but I heard a lot of fans of the comic were very upset with the second one.
Well, because supposedly he was directing it, but it came out that it was Frank Miller that directed most of A Dame to Kill For.
Oh no! And we saw how Frank Miller's directing attempt worked out with that movie, The Spirit.
Oh Jesus!
Have you seen The Spirit?
Oh yeah, I own up until about 2015. I own every live action comic book movie that's been put out.
Oh man, I don't know. Like, if anyone listening hasn't seen The Spirit, Doc, I don't know where to begin to explain it.
I don't know how they got Samuel L. Jackson to do what he did, but holy fuck was that? Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah. At one point, the word fart is used as an insult, and Samuel Jackson wears Nazi garb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's not the weirdest shit in the movie. I'll just put it that way.
Dude, I have to say though, I did like Machete.
I wasn't a fan. I get what he was going for, but I enjoy more like B movies that are B movies, but like I like B movies that genuinely attempted to be like top shelf movies, but they just ended up being a B movie.
Well, it was kind of mexploitation though.
Sure, maybe it wasn't my thing. It wasn't like offensively bad or anything. It was just kind of like this goofy shit ain't for me kind of thing. But I will say, like, even though I don't think it's as great as most people think it is, I will say I was very surprised by Alita Battle Angel. And I will say that it's not a great movie, but it's a very competent, good movie.
It's a good popcorn movie.
I was very blown away by that. I was expecting just shit. I was just like, okay, let's go. Let's get this thing over with. Because I don't know if you watched the Ghost in the Shell live action movie.
Yeah, I wasn't. That was eye candy.
Yeah, I literally got. My friend turned it on for me at home. I literally got 9 minutes and some seconds into the movie, and I screamed at my friend to turn the fucking movie off. Let's play a video game. I was done. So I was like, with Alita Battle Angel, I was like, okay, let's get this over with. It's another fucking anime, manga movie, whatever. And that movie really surprised me. Like, I was kind of upset that it didn't do that great at the box office because I would definitely be in for a sequel.
Well, all right, Cat, you're bugging the shit out of me. Yes, you are. Yes. All right, come here. Hold on, I'll be back in a second. Come here.
Whoa, jeez. Okay, I know that cat apparently has his own opinions on Robert Rodriguez. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, there. She's been pressure pointed. Go roll. All right, fuck you. Go away. Okay, that's
a
done.
huge
Apparently,
fan of Spy Kids.
apparently, he's done one called Red 11.
Who has?
Rodriguez.
Done a movie called Red 11?
Red 11.
Is that something that's in production, or is that something he did?
It's done. Apparently he
The fuck?
Apparently he co-wrote it with his son.
Oh, I already don't have high hopes. I
It
hate whenever
premiered
he
at
writes
Cannes.
shit. I hate when he writes shit for or with his kids. I can't fucking stand it. That's just. I
Well,
can't, we'll see. I don't know.
well, he, the script for The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl was co-written by his son.
Yeah.
And his son's name is Racer Max.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It fucking would be.
Good God. Stop being retarded, Hollywood.
Sorry, I just like I enjoy like a movie of his every now and then, but otherwise I just can't stand Rodriguez. If they do Alita 2, I kind of would want like a different director if they could.
Well,
now that the world's set up.
Well, the overseas box office was really good for it. So
good.
So apparently they're going to do it too.
Oh, good.
Well,
I'd be down.
the one thing I can say about The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, a buddy of mine made some money off of it.
Oh, how so?
Because there's a wrestler by the name of Shark Boy.
Uh-huh.
And he wrestled around here. And he copyrighted or trademarked the name Shark Boy. And they used it without his permission. So,
are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. My buddy Dean got some bank off of him. So that's pretty cool. No, I'm okay with people who do that.
What, who copyright shit?
No, for people who actually get paid, because they were going to try to like bury him in lawyers, and he's like, "Listen, dude, the only thing I need to do is file an injunction, and they'll take care of the rest." At this point, if you want to try to bog me down in legal jargon, I can just bog you down with a court motion. I can stop the movie from ever coming out.
Well, I'm glad his turned out good. That brings to mind, though, another subject. Are you a Star Trek fan at all?
I was.
Okay. I'm not. I respect the series. I've watched Next Generation every now and then. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan though, but I get it. I totally get it. And there's this, I don't know if you've been following, but there's this thing with Star Trek Discovery having ripped off some dude's video game on Steam.
Oh yeah.
Do you know about this then?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you brought to mind like, the copyright shit, stuff like that, and how they are fucking railroading this guy.
Oh yeah, they're trying, but they're ultimately going to fail.
I hope so.
Because I mean the whole star drive thing, that was something that was theoretical, but this guy was the first one to actually apply it into a story. And
for those that don't know, like there was this tardigrade storyline shit in Star Trek Discovery. Turns out that like a lot of the shit in it is like exactly the same as some dude's video game on Steam that was released way before the show. So he's like, fuck you, you stole my ideas. I would like, I don't even think he wanted money, right? He just wanted credit.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he wanted a little bank for it, but yeah, it was called Tardigrades.
Yeah, that was it.
And yeah, the character designs that he had were eerily similar to the ones that STD came up with.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing was like when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, yeah, right. And then I saw it. Like I saw the photos of all his main characters, and then I saw the cast of all the main characters in Star Trek Discovery, and I was like, "Oh, come on." I was like, "Come on, you fuckers. You know what you did?" Like, it was beyond coincidence.
Well, and this guy did it what, like 5 years ago or something?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of time, and I'll be honest with you, the people who are writing for Star Trek suck. They are not good. Star Trek Discovery has some of the worst dialogue, incredibly stilted. It doesn't sound like normal people having normal conversations. Red Letter Media just did like a 6-minute video on
I watched that, yeah.
on the recap of season 2. God damn, I was laughing the whole time and nodding.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
I heard that they cuz again, I don't watch I definitely don't watch Star Trek Discovery. I'm literally about 10 episodes into Next Generation. Like I just started giving it a try, and it's fun. It's I'm not flipping my lid over it, but I like it. It's engaging. Discovery always looked like shit, but I heard that the Red Letter Media video perfectly like capsulized.
Oh yeah, they did one hell of a job doing that. It was brilliant.
Hilarious to watch.
It's brilliant because those guys are all geeks too. Sometimes,
so is that what Discovery really is? Is just like they flap their gums with all this stupid jargon to like fix a problem, and you're like, what?
Yeah, they're pulling stuff out of their ass. I couldn't make fun of them any better than Red Letter Media did.
Oh yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Because
Mike Sikolas is a huge Star Trek nerd.
Dude, they summarized it with that 6-minute video, just basically pretending that they were the crew of Discovery. Good God.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Do you watch Midnight's Edge?
Oh yeah.
It like first off, like they did some videos about like why this whatever they call it, the Kelvin timeline, is that what they call it? Yeah, they had like they discussed like why the Kelvin timeline is pretty much the way it is, and that there actually is like in contracts there are legal reasons as to why they have to have at least a 25% change to everything.
Yeah, that was something told from behind the scenes because they can't find any documentation where it says it has to be at least 25% different. But one of the, I think it was a production designer, came out with a tell-all because they walked from the project.
Oh, so that's how it got out. Okay. Yeah, because there's still like a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of Discovery fans too, who are like fighting against that. They're like, that's bullshit and it's not true and blah blah blah. But it makes sense. Like I watched the whole video because I like Midnight's Edge stuff, you know, even if it's something I don't watch, like Star Trek. And it was a very interesting video, and it was very convincing. I was like, yeah, that kind of does make sense. Like, because if you think about it, the Picard series. Okay, I'm a huge Patrick Stewart fan.
It's still
I love
teetering.
Patrick Stewart. Huh?
It's still in pre-production. It's teetering. They're still not certain whether or not they're going to do it.
But when I first heard about the Picard series, I thought to myself, "Oh, cool! They're continuing TNG." And I've always wanted to like get into TNG, mainly because I'm a Patrick Stewart fan. So I kind of get past the Star Trekky stuff, and I go, let's just go for it. And then I find out that the Picard series is the timeline of the J.J. Abrams movies / Discovery.
Yeah, it's Kelvin.
Yeah, and that doesn't make a lick of sense to me because okay, if you're a company and you want some goddamn money and you have the rights to Star Trek and you want to continue or you want to tell a story with Picard, you're insane if you don't immediately think, "Oh my god, let's pull in the Next Generation fans. This is a continuation of Next Generation." Boom. Easy money. Doc, go write the script, have fun, get your Star Trek buddies. Boom. Like, done. Why didn't they do that? Unless Midnight's Edge is onto something.
Well, it's once again they were going to make it a more SJW like vehicle, like they turned fucking. Oh God, yeah.
Do you want to tell me? Do you want
watched,
to tell me some of the SJW moments in Discovery? Because I heard it gets pretty bad there too.
Well, I watched the first half of the season, and mostly, if you're not an alien or a person of color, basically, if you're a white guy, you're probably a bad guy.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's the same. I tell you what, you can find no greater tropes. If you really want to see how SJWs have taken over a series and really just kind of fuckered it up, watch Black Lightning. I could not help but watch this fucking train wreck. 2 seasons worth. Every single white guy.
All?
I watched both of them. Yeah, I watched both seasons. And
I saw the commercial for that, and I cringed so hard. How did you do that?
Well, here's the funny thing. I liked Black Lightning back in the day, in the 70s.
So it was an actual comic.
Yeah, it was a comic book.
Okay, I didn't know
that. But if you ever watch Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Yes.
Where he makes his appearance to be a character witness for Apache Chief.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to have that as a sound clip on my old internet show.
Yes.
It was just a clip where he was going, "In my pants." But yeah, Trippy.
What the fuck is Chipotle?
Trippy's asking in the chat if we watch Mr. Sunday movies. I do on occasion, but when I want to get my geek on, it's either Midnight's Edge or Professor Doomcock.
Oh, I just discovered Doomcock about a month ago. That's a great pick. I would say right now one of my favorites for my little nerd fix is Nerdrotic. And again, like I can listen to people talk about things that I'm not interested in, as long as what they're talking about and the way they say it like is interesting. Like I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, but the whole lawsuit shit and the whole, series crumbling under bad writing is interesting to me.
Well, Trippy, here's the funny thing about Black Lightning. They only have one white guy who's a good guy, and he's the guy who makes up all the armor and weapons and shit for Black Lightning. So basically,
really, that's
he's a manservant. But
yeah,
the biggest villain on the actual show is Tobias Whale, and he was kind of, you really couldn't figure out what he was in the comic books, because he's always like kind of gray like a whale, but he is legitimately an albino black man. They got the whitest black guy they could find to play the bad guy.
Okay. Like they got a real albino black dude to play him?
Dude, he's so light-skinned, he's a ginger.
Is he a guy that is also a comedian?
I don't know if he
Because
is.
there's a comedian that's an albino black guy, and he looks almost ginger. I wonder if it's the same guy.
Here, I'll post a picture of him.
But yeah, that's interesting. Um I don't know if I would say that would prove to me that they're like trying to do. I don't know.
Oh no. Every time somebody does something wrong, or they need somebody to do a shit job, um, anytime they need somebody to do some grunt stuff, or get shot, or get overpowered by villains, it's 99% white people that get whooped.
Well, I guess that's what we deserve for being so evil and stuff.
So there's a no context tweet of the actor playing Tobias Whale.
All right, let me see this.
And they did not lighten this up.
Oh wow. It's definitely not the guy I was thinking of.
Wait, here's a nice side by side of the actual comic book character and the actor playing it. I really do hope that Black Lightning gets canceled, because it's bad.
Oh my god. That's a frightening ass villain.
Yeah, and that's not a white boy.
No, it's not. Yeah.
You don't know what it is, but the comic book character, that is, because he's usually shown in shades of gray, like, gray like a whale.
Yeah.
But basically, Tobias Whale was a ripoff of Kingpin, but just a blatant ripoff.
I could see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
But yeah, that's bad.
So it's not canceled though. It's getting a third season.
I don't know if it's getting a third season. I'm hoping it does not. But CW is the place where DC comic book characters go to live. So,
Go to live and die. I didn't know it was a CW thing. Yeah, that explains a lot. I don't know. I never understood the that's like a whole series of shows that I do not understand the appeal. Like, I understand Star Trek. I do not understand even the first season, like, which are the first couple seasons of like Flash and Green Arrow, which are supposed to be awesome apparently. Like, I don't get it. Like, I thought they were all trash.
I don't know. I kind of like Legends of Tomorrow. That's kind of fun. Flash kind of burned out for me after like season 3. Arrow pretty much the same. The last season that I watched with Arrow is when they did the whole Slade, Deathstroke, the Terminator storyline.
What?
Because I've always liked Deathstroke.
Yeah.
And speaking of ripoffs, of course, Deadpool was kind of a ripoff of Slade.
Well, yeah, almost not kinda, just pretty much, yeah. But no, what did they do to Deathstroke? You said they fucked him up or something?
No, they brought him in for a storyline.
Oh, okay.
Where Arrow was chasing him down. But the thing I really hate with the CW formula is that if you're friends of that superhero and you learn their identity, all of a sudden you become a superhero. I mean,
what the fuck?
Well, yeah, because I mean, Arrow has like 8 heroes that popped up around him. Flash pretty much had the same thing too. What do you want, Cat?
So if you find out his identity, you can just suit up and start fighting crime.
Yeah, apparently. Fuck off, Cat. Water bottle has power. But yeah, I mean, I always find the dichotomy amazing that Warner Brothers cannot pull off a goddamn DC movie, but they're doing just fine on the small screen.
Yeah, as everyone has their own opinions on the shows. As much as I think that they're trash, they're successful. You can whine and cry about it all day, but they're successful, and they just keep greenlighting more shows, and it seems to be working out for them. There, as much as there are like a couple, no, not even a couple. There's one DC movie I'm looking forward to, and it's Joker. But other than that, I just kind of still am waiting for them to get their shit together. I guess is what I'm saying.
Shazam was pretty damn good.
I did hear good things about it. I do want to see it, but like what I mean is like you can still make movies that feel like they have their own identity. I don't want to strip that away, but whether for good or bad, Marvel has introduced something that I personally now crave from these comic book movies, which is a linked world. At the end of the day, it's linked, and that to me is what makes it fascinating and makes me want to like come back and see the next one and blah blah blah. And with DC, I'm just still sitting here twiddling my thumbs waiting for them to do that. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
DC went into panic mode and cash grab mode because of Marvel, and that's how they fucked up their universe. The same way with when Universal was doing the Dark Universe.
Oh yeah,
and they fucked that with one movie.
Well, they tried first with that Dracula movie. What was it called? The origin movie or whatever. They tried first with that, and then that didn't work out. It was critically panned and didn't do well at the box office. So they ignored that, and they started over again with The Mummy, and then that failed.
Well, they did I know they did the Wolfman with Benicio del Toro.
Oh God, yeah, that was a while back with Hugo Weaving in it as well, I think.
But that never went anywhere.
Yeah, that movie was okay. It was.
Hi, Kitty. Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. The power of water. The power of Christ compels you to fuck off. But
see what I like. I know it's way more difficult to do it than to say it, but at the end of the day, what DC needs to do, what Warner Brothers needs to do, as much as people like certain elements of what DC's doing now, like a lot of people seem to like Jason Momoa as Aquaman and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I still think they need to press the big ass red reset button. I still think that's the only way they're going to drag me back in is just like swallow your pride and fucking reboot everything.
Well, that's I know comic book fans are hardcore, but legitimately movie fans do not have long-term memories. You can attest to this by the double reboot that they did on Spider-Man. I mean, within a decade, they rebooted it twice.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and people were forgiving with that. They're like, we don't care as long as there's a Spider-Man movie. Hopefully they'll get it right. I've been crossing fingers since the fucking 90s for them to make a decent Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. No, people will like as much as people will be like, upset when it's first announced. If the damn thing is good, people will show up.
Well, I still have an affection for the goddamn Roger Corman Fantastic Four.
Well, from what I hear, that's probably still the best cinematic representation.
Hey, have a good night, Trippy. Well, yeah, I mean, it was closest to the origin. They did have to change a couple things, but that's all right. And the Doctor Doom costume looked great, and the Thing costume looked better than what they had Michael Chiklis in.
Yeah, I've seen some footage of it, and I gotta agree with that. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I own it. I had to. I mean, fuck, I've
Oh,
got.
you have a copy of it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got two copies actually. I've got a DVD copy and I've got a VHS copy. And the reason why I kept the VHS copy was because it was a third generation boot, whereas my DVD copy came off of maybe about a fifth generation boot.
Okay.
So yeah, I could not get rid of it. I had to keep it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I know they've got right now in production, for Dark Universe. I know they've got Invisible Man because that's already been put on the calendar for release.
They're still trekking along with that?
Yep.
Oh, Christ. That's not going to end well. But we still don't know much about the project whatsoever, but there's a possibility that we are going to see the hard reset that I want to see with this supposed new trilogy of Batman movies. Now, of course, our new Batman has been revealed as Robert Pattinson. How do you feel about that?
I still thought that was rumor.
No, it's confirmed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a thing.
You know, I'm willing to give it a chance. I was just like, you know, because I'm old enough to where it's like Michael Keaton back in the day. I was like, I don't think so. But
Oh, really?
But oh yeah, when they first announced Keaton, everybody's like, Mr. Mom, are you fucking nuts?
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah.
And I'm trying to think whether or not he did the movie before. Let me try to stir my noggin on this one. But there was a movie.
Well, either way, before that, yeah, he was known for lighthearted comedies, I believe.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was technically a stand-up comedian. I'm trying to think if it came out before or after. Wait a minute. Let me just go to IMDb real quick.
I think it was after because it was 89, and wasn't Mr. Mom in the 80s?
No, the one I'm trying to think of that if it came before. No, it came after. It was a movie called Pacific Heights. And
can't say I know that one.
Oh God, he did a great job in that one. He was a real dick. It was about some guy, a young husband and wife couple decide to rent out part of their house, and this guy comes in and starts trashing stuff and refuses to leave or pay rent.
And that was Michael Keaton's character?
Yeah. And legitimately, there are stories out there right now talking about the same things. Like there's one that just recently came out. There's a nanny in California who came in and they said, you know, for free room and board, you can be the nanny for our kids. Well, she nannied for about a month and then just stopped. And she refused to move out of the house, and she's suing them for as a landlord or as a tenant landlord dispute. And she's done this many times before, just like the character Michael Keaton plays in Pacific Heights.
Is it is it like a comedy, or is it supposed to be kind of creepy, like genuinely creepy?
Oh no, it's a drama.
Okay.
It's not a dramedy because there's no humor to it.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
But yeah, he did very well on that.
You know what comes to mind though is like a super 90s just bad natured comedy is Multiplicity.
Oh, that was oh shit, what was his name? The Ghostbuster who died. Harold Ramis. That was a Harold Ramis film.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that, but yeah, if you want to see Michael Keaton, what was it? There was 8 of him?
I forget how many ended up being around.
He plays like a bunch of roles, and it's just like the most far out, like
Yeah, him playing his retarded self.
yeah, like that wouldn't play well today is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, there's
Like he
several.
plays this retard, and it's just awkward as fuck.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think he had like 6 different ones.
6, yeah, I think it was 6, yeah.
I forget, but it was a popcorn movie.
Yeah, it was definitely a popcorn movie. I mean, it's like you can get through it, you know, but it's really corny and cheesy, and it's like it's when Michael Keaton was a household name, and it's just like it's a movie where it's like thanks for the check, you know.
Oh, dude, I did back-to-back cheese movies a few days ago. I watched Used Cars, Porky's, Meatballs, and I can't remember what the other one was, but god damn, it was so bad. I watched Police Academy, and then I tried to marathon them, and good god, were they shit. I mean, just worse and worse as they went.
Yeah, they get really bad and really they get more and more G-rated as they go along. Isn't the last one actually G-rated or some shit?
I don't even know. Was that Mission to Moscow? Because I never got to it.
But yeah, wasn't the first one rated R or PG-13 or some shit?
I think back in the day, yeah, they got away with the PG-13.
Which back in the day was close to an R of today.
Yeah, I mean, because they were showing titties.
Yeah, okay. Definitely an R of today, yeah.
Let's see. What was it rated? God damn it. I hate going to IMDb.
One of the most confusing what were you thinking comedies I've ever seen, and I enjoy it because it's just horrifying, was Junior.
Oh, good God. No, actually, you are correct. It was rated R.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then what was the last one rated? Because I bet it was PG. I'm gonna bet on PG.
I think the last one was 6, which was Mission to Moscow. That one was PG.
Yep. Yeah, they just got more cartoonish the more they went on. The first one still holds up, though. I like the first one. It was pretty good.
Well, I mean, you got to think. If Steve Guttenberg says, nah, I don't want to do this, you got problems. And, I know they had Larvell Jones and Commander Lassad, or Commandant Lassad and Tackleberry and the big jugs of Leslie Easterbrook. I don't even know if they had anybody else from the original. But I remember those three went through every single one of them. Because I think the guy who played Lassard wasn't in one of them. But he was in like 5 out of the 6.
Yeah.
And of course, not like, Michael Winslow, the guy who did the beatbox stuff and the sound effects.
Yeah.
He didn't really have a career outside of that. Same as
No,
the guy
he
who
was in
played Tackleberry.
Spaceballs, and that was about it, huh?
Yeah, and Leslie Easterbrook used to do like softcore stuff before she started doing this. Sometimes you just got to be happy to have a job, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay. We are coming to the 6 o'clock hour, so Zell, what do you say we go ahead and call this?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having me on. I had a good time talking movies. That's my cup of tea.
I'm always up for movies. I watch some of the worst shit ever, and I watch some of the stuff that people say is the best shit ever, but I can't agree.
Yeah.
With a lot of it.
I will say before we go, we kind of poked fun at and talked trash on Red State and Tusk, but I will say go on YouTube and look up Michael Park's scenes in Red State and Tusk. Those are worth it.
Now there's one where they have him. I think they have a Michael Parks reel.
Watch that then. Yeah, because the guy's amazing.
Yeah, he's an interesting dude. I couldn't sleep in the same room with him. I'll say that much.
Yeah, when you see him in interviews, though, he's such a calm, collected, sweet dude. It just makes you tripped out because you're like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, I think that's just because. Have you ever seen the movie From Beyond?
Sounds familiar.
It was an H.P. Lovecraft adaptation where, Jeffrey Combs was in it, Barbara Crampton was in it, and it's basically they activate this machine that changes the vibrational frequencies around the universe, or at least in a small part. Right?
Was that John Carpenter?
No, that was Stuart Gordon who directed it. He's the same guy who directed Reanimator.
Okay.
But he legitimately, one of the characters actually gets into contact with this other realm, and it starts taking them over, and he literally has a little baby tentacle that comes out of his head. But it looks more like a thin dog dick. And supposedly, it bites down on people and starts to drain their essence away.
What the fuck?
Anyway, that's the kind of veil-piercing thing that I was trying to equate to what we were talking about. Shit. Okay, so we know Cadent's already asleep. So
yeah.
She doesn't have to show. Do you have anything you would like to show?
No, not really. No.
Yeah. The only thing I'll do is make sure to congratulate Gulf City Outlaw for getting to through day 5. Don't know if we're going to be back tomorrow because I got show to do on Tuesday, and good God, it's a pain in the ass. We have to coordinate because the person that I'm interviewing is in New Zealand.
Who are you interviewing?
A horror author, Matt Demersky.
Oh, okay.
And if you guys haven't taken my advice yet and listened to the audio adaptation of Psychosis, go and check it out. I haven't had anybody come back to me and say this sucks. He's a really good writer. I enjoy his stuff, and he kind of like me got more exposure doing creepypastas, and I think he's got like 3 or 4 books out currently. But
That's how you got your start?
how I got my exposure. I mean,
I
because
didn't
I've
know
been
that.
writing for like fucking years. I did some, I was doing like stringer work for newspapers. I was doing content generator, bullshit articles. Um, God, writing back when people did hand out pamphlets and stuff. I used to do commercial ad copy, but yeah, the biggest exposure that I've got has been with getting some of my creepypasta stuff published. Oh wait, I did watch Austin Powers too.
Oh, that was in your marathon?
Yeah,
How's that one hold up? I haven't seen that movie in over a decade.
not too well. The first one, well, actually, I watched it like a couple days ago. I watched all 3 of them, and
Oh, wow.
they didn't get as worse as the police academies, but yeah, they were grinding down.
Yeah, I just felt like it suffered from repeating a lot of the same jokes. They were good jokes the first time around, but it would repeat them.
No, Papa Smurf, I don't think that that the actor who plays Tobias Whale would make a good Chunk.
Chunk.
Yeah, he said if they ever decide to remake The Goonies, this guy has a role.
As Chunk?
Oh no, he didn't say Chunk. I would just threw in Chunk.
Oh. I think he might have been referring to, what was it, Sloth?
Yeah.
I can't see it with that guy. But that guy does look creepy.
Yeah, the whitest black guy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's see. Let's give some love out to the people who showed up this evening. Sparky, Magog, Mr. LM002, and of course Sal. If you ever want to keep up with whatever the hell that I'm doing, be it the IRS or be Doctor on Call, all my stuff is down there in the descriptor. I will say, for those of you that are left, the month of June for Doctor on Call, we'll be talking to a diverse range. We'll be speaking with, like I was saying, author Matt Demersky. We're also going to be talking with Sir Adamantine. We're going to be also talking to the voice of Court TV, Steve Taylor.
Oh, you're doing an Addy interview?
Yeah.
Ooh.
This one's going to be interesting. Because I don't know necessarily where I want to go, but I know how I can start the conversation. I just want to see where it goes from there. And then we'll be finishing up the month with Disky Fringo. I've been wanting to get these 2 guys on, but it's just a matter of timing. And yeah, I think it's going to be nice to sit down and talk. I don't know if I'm going to have to booze it up with Addy, because that just might turn the stream into a shit show. But I'm tempted.
You probably have to.
Yeah, I know I'm going to have to do. I know I'm going to have some Kentucky bourbon. Talking with Steve. We kind of know each other. we got some history. And hopefully everybody's going to enjoy the month of June, and we have no problems whatsoever. But I had to do the meridian math many times, and I'm almost positive that 8 o'clock Eastern Standard is noon in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure. They're like 16 hours difference, something like that.
Well, yeah, just Google it. It'll show up.
I know I did, but I checked it, and then I double checked it, and then I had Nursey check it, and Matt used to live in the U.S., but he decided to get away from all the stress and everything. Well, we'll talk about that, but he decided to pack up and move to New Zealand.
Well, I hope it's more relaxing for him there.
Well, apparently, since he's down on the Shire,
it's a beautiful place.
I guess. As long as you're, no, I'm not even going to go there. We love hobbits. But yeah, Cadunt stuff's down there too, her Twitter and her YouTube. And since I don't see hide nor hair of Gulf City Outlaw, I'm just going to say, hey, everybody. Just go check out those links. Oh, wait, here, let me do one more. If you guys still need to get some live entertainment, let me drop this in, because Joker's up and running. So there's his link. And so, for my mystical, magical, mayhem inspiring co-host Cadunt and myself, Doc Griffin, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out this evening, and if you could please just do me one simple favor, and yeah, just leave the money on the dresser. Bye.